G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to Wattspark Plays World of Warcraft Classic. Time skips will be available throughout the video, so you don't have to watch this in one sitting. A notification icon will appear on the screen when you've reached a marked checkpoint. Further timestamps may come in the future. Even if you don't feel like watching the entire video, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below, and remember that this is a copy of my Twitch stream. The only changes I'll make to the VOD is to shorten really long delays here and there, and to update you where needed. Otherwise, sit back, grab a knockback, a cold one, and please enjoy the video. Here in Australia, we just had some really big issues with the WoW server. It's been down for hours. Good news is, it's come up. It's actually finally come up, and even better, and I literally mean this, even better, I'm actually logged in. No queues. No queues. Now, I'm just going to do it anyway because, well, I want to watch it as well. So, I am going to put the Method Classic Race to World First on again, and pop, there you go. And hop, there I go.
The worst. Yeah. It's such a long drag.
And
speed the chicken up.
You again.
Pick it up and just carry it home. It has to slowly make its way through. And then you get killed by an alliance. You have to do it all over again.
Joker's 48, and the next person is 41. Yeah, so there you go. Literally no competition, right? Yeah. I think at 41 you start entering Daenerys, right? And so I think people will start hitting the same zone as him, but they're not going to be like he's going to be down here with Pirates are, and he's going to.
Hang on. I'm gonna go ask my housemate a question.
They're still not going to be in the same relative area.
Yeah, they're probably gonna like grind another level or so, another level or so before they move to that particular area.
So you're seeing Kenny and them are logging out, and so one of the things after you clear a dungeon or just clear what you want of the dungeon, you can have half your group log out, half of them stay in, reset the dungeon, and then when you zone back in, when you log in, you're at the beginning of the dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, what they do is because they have a raid group, they're literally like a 6-man party, but they have one person sitting outside the dungeon. Yeah. So what they do is they all log out, they have the 6th person that is still online reset for them, and they all log back in at the start of the dungeon, and they can go again.
Yeah. So super easy to reset that way, and super time efficient, right? Because you don't have to run out all the way to the dungeon. Because some of these dungeons, ZF is actually a pretty big dungeon. Now a lot of these, like, SM is relatively small, like running distance wise, right?
Yeah.
But ZF is pretty big. And it would only take a couple minutes to run out, but obviously logging out
it still saves you a few minutes,
opposed to whatever, so going back to Marsh, they're doing some
more Scarlet
more graveyard. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
To see.
Yeah, I think you enter SM at what, level 30-ish, and then you just stay here until like.
I can sign into Discord and ask the person, but fact is,
no, 44. 44 you head over.
A lot of those guys are a little bit on the potty mouth side, so I would rather not get banned.
You have graveyard, library,
So.
etc.
So they sent me a bag.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't mind it particularly because if you get because I think this is a graveyard exclusive where you can have a random mob spawn in and it drops a decent blue item.
Yeah.
what happened on the beta when you had the level 30 meta? People were just sitting in graveyard, reset it over and over until they had a rare spawn. They would clear it and then just reset again and keep going.
So Ampy is for sure. I mean, I can't speak to say whether they're legit or not. As far as Joker, I know him from live. So I main a hunter on live, and Joker plays a hunter in BFA, and he is probably one of the best hunters. Like, he's constantly getting like top 10 parses and stuff like that. I mean, he's a very good player. As far as to speak to his, like, whether he has someone else with him on his account, I can't say. I know he's a very good player.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks like he's taking breaks. I mean, it doesn't look like he's botting or anything like that. It looks like he's literally just sitting there and drinking.
Grinding
and, like,
away, yeah.
I mean, it looks like he's there. Like, I don't think he's doing anything crazy. And then obviously, Ampy took a break and stuff like that, and so that's very realistic. But
we've looked at Joker / played, and in comparison to how long the game has been live, I think there's like a 8-hour-ish, you know, difference between Surge's play and his play time. So that 8 hours could be the only break he's had.
Yeah.
Sure, it's healthy, but it is not good.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're looking at like Kenny, right? So I don't think Joker's had much of a break, if any. But he's 48. Kenny's group is 45, and they've literally slept for like 12 hours, which compared to you know, Joker, who hasn't slept at all, like that's a lot of time that Kenny is behind just because of sleep, right?
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, you need sleep. I don't know how you would just go straight through, because it's literally 4 days that you're not sleeping if you're gonna just go straight through. Why is Kenny not streaming? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, we have his point of view here because we're just stealing it from his computer, basically, since he's here in-house. I think he said something earlier. He didn't want to chat to distract him or anything like that. And obviously, you sort of get to a point, like being a streamer myself, you sort of get to a point where you get so tired you just don't want to interact with chat, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost
somewhat true.
Short to have them on,
yeah,
and
just
like
to have to answer everyone, and then you still have
yeah.
to be focused and stuff like that. So I think that was sort of his reasoning why he doesn't want to stream.
We sort of like from the start of the launch, like everyone's happy, cheery, you know, interacting with chat. It was very loud in here, and then as time progressed, it just got more quieter and quieter, and people just.
Just in case you wanted to know, yeah, I kind of asked him for a wand.
Joker did sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had to have slept.
He must have. I mean, he would otherwise be going for 50 hours right now. 50 plus hours.
Yeah. But yeah, so just looking at Marsha grind the graveyard, and we actually don't have too many point of views. We have probably about 4 or 5 people here in the studio still.
Yeah.
Everyone else has gone to sleep. And I think the general consensus / overall feeling of a lot of these guys is that they sort of, a lot of these guys going into it were in for the long haul. They wanted to hit that world first 60, but due to DCs, due to, you know, whatever issue they had,
took the win out of this hill.
Yeah, I think they just basically realized that, like, hey, we're not gonna get that world first 60. There's no use trying for it now. So we're just not going to be total degens and like
more laid back approach, like Trey's doing.
Yeah, I mean they're still playing 14 hours a day, or something like that, ridiculous, right? Which is really good. They're still like mid-30s or something like that, but they're not literally staying up 48 hours straight, or like some of these guys.
Yeah, because Trey was planning on just staying up until 60, which is a 70+ hour grind.
Yeah. But
now he's more laid back. He's taking breaks. He's sleeping now, I think. So
yeah. You think retail WoW is gonna slow down? Probably, at least for a couple months. I mean, you also have to look at the. I think it would have slowed down anyways, probably because Eternal Palace has been out for what, a month and a half,
I think so. Yeah.
A lot of guilds are getting to Ajara, killing. Like my guild's killed Ajara already, right? And so we've killed Ajara, and so we just don't have anything to do now, right?
Yeah, you've got it on grind. You only have to log in once a week.
Yeah, and so they release content. They release Classic strategically a month after Eternal Palace, so that a lot of guilds are sort of at that point where it's like you don't really need to commit that much time into it. Most of it's on farm and stuff like that. And so I think the staggered launch helps. There will be a lot of people, a lot of guilds that break up in BFA just to play Classic.
Yeah.
Vice versa, in a couple months, once Rag is down, everyone's level 60. you're gonna see people probably quit Classic and go back to BFA or play other games.
Yeah,
or whatever,
until like
so.
Phase 2 comes out, or
Hardly anyone on retail, right? Well, yeah, of course, right? Because Classic just came out like 2 days ago, right? Like Classic is all hype right now, so like everyone's playing.
When I look at my
Classic.
friends list, everyone, it's no retail, it's all people on Classic.
Yeah, but I mean, give it probably 2 to 3 weeks, and people will start either getting bored of Classic or either sort of picking one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't think realistically, I mean, unless you're just like don't work, don't have a job, like no life, I don't think it's realistic to raid and be hardcore in both.
I mean, we'll see. With
Okay,
the next
no
patch,
question
right?
here.
Next retail patch.
Yeah.
Whether the divide is going to happen, like with the people that are going to stick with retail or go back to retail, and the people are going to be sticking with Classic for the long haul.
But I don't think Blizz is stupid, right? I think they are going to strategically stagger their launches.
Why is Guzu not just killing the 30 rogue?
Oh, god damn it, while I was in Stormwind, I didn't go buy more water.
Just waved and just ran past.
That was
we
dumb.
Want some PvP action. Although he's 38, though. He would have bullied that.
That
Yeah,
was
it was
really
Rogue's
dumb,
honor.
actually.
He ran past. It's like, I'm not going to bully you, you're good. I don't want to get blacklisted and then just be bit in the ass, like, you know, at level 60.
90% of Classic player base isn't playing I don't think that's true. I think a lot of retail players are playing Classic. I mean, I'm sure part of your statement is true. Like, a lot of people that are currently not playing retail came back for Classic, or bought a subscription just for Classic, but I don't think it's 90%. Yeah,
Guilty.
I don't think it's 90%. I think it's probably closer to like 40 or 50%.
Yeah.
The net. Those nets are so bad.
Well, easier for the chest. I was wondering why I was killing these, but just wondering, like, maybe a blue? Who knows?
No, some silver.
Nothing. Basically, it's useless. Get it out of here. A few silver for that. That's not worth it.
Not
I mean,
worth.
But if you got a blue item, if you got like a blue sword or whatever, you would have been like, yes, it was worth it. Yeah,
what can I do for you?
1.25 million Twitch views. Yeah, I mean, it was the hype, right? Like, everyone was super hyped about Classic WoW, and hype sort of dying down now. And you'll see it pick back up once people start getting to rag. Once that first rag kill comes out, like, the numbers will go back up, and then the rag kill will happen, they'll go back down. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast.
King's
That's
Honor,
how it works.
Phase 2 comes around, World PvP will finally start being a thing because the PvP system, or
Be careful.
the honor system is implemented. You'll have people doing dire maul, and then with PvP actually being a thing for now, being a thing then, it will pick back up.
Yeah.
And so on, it will keep going up and down. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with retail in that sense.
Yeah.
Like you have your peak at the patch, goes down, next patch goes up and down.
That's still recharging.
Essentially, Classic is a totally different game than retail, right? You have retail and Classic. I mean, they're both WoW, but they're different games, right?
Yeah.
And ideally, what Blizzard wants is you have retail peak, and then a Valley, and another retail peak for the next patch, etc. And you want to stagger the Classic peak, etc., so that ideally you have peaks of one or the other game
you really have
happening
this
at each
smooth
time.
curve of constant relevant content to do either of the two games. He's going Badlands?
Is he? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Badlands.
Yeah, so he's just running across to the.
It's alright, indirectly, he did me a favor.
Track for him.
It is a long track, but
Yeah.
he'll get there.
I wonder if this is the most efficient. I guess you don't really have anywhere else to go. You could go to, I mean, the other continent, right? But
yeah.
What's the equivalent on the other continent? It's for Badlands. 38, is it? Switch out.
Daris? No, Daris is 4.
Daris is higher. Yeah.
You got your Thousand Needles, your Shimmering Flats.
No, he already did those.
Desolate.
Desolate.
Desolate is also like early.
Desolate Marsh. Yeah.
Early-ish. So Desolate Marsh is the one, yeah.
I thought he did Desolate Marsh already, though. Didn't he?
No, he did Desolate, not Desolate Marsh.
Was he? Who was doing... I swear someone
I've seen
did
a lot of people doing Desolate because it's... While the zone visually is very boring,
right.
the quest XP is insane.
Yeah, yeah. Ungur... No, Ungura is way later. Ungura is after Tenaris.
Yeah,
Tenaris
Ungura is 50.
Yeah.
It's 50, 55.
Ungura is like the equivalent of like...
Yeah. It is. That's even better experience. It's also compact. You have one quest hub. It's all compact and great. Yeah. You'll zerg through levels there. And get ganked by Devil Swords.
Yeah, I mean you need to kill those Devil Swords anyways, right? For the...
Yeah, it's the Stitches 2.0.
Yeah.
You just walking around doing your quest and then suddenly.
I
boom,
can't tell you
boom,
how
boom,
many
boom.
times that guy's killed me. But yeah, I remember this little hill that you have to go up and...
Yep. It's such a long track,
Yeah.
but Death Warping is not worth it here.
No.
There's no way to... Oh, I mean, there's 60. He's not doing it. That's toxic. Come on.
Guzu!
That's 45 seconds.
No!
Come on.
Guzu!
The man doesn't have a trick yet.
Guzu, go get it! No!
At least give him one auto so he can run. Okay, he's...
Oh, nice guy Guzu over here.
At least
Just running by them.
He didn't, like, the thing is, if he killed them, he probably would have helped them because they're on the way to Dark Shore. So they could have just Death Warped and be fine. He didn't even kill them. That's...
Guzu, man. You need to get some mean bones in their body. Just...
I think he's making up for giving the other rogue a pass.
Oh,
not
Guzu,
again,
Guzu,
not
please.
again.
Guzu, no! Guzu!
No.
Guzu! You had 2 chances.
Oh my goodness. Just keep sapping. All the poor guys, I just want to get to wetlands. I just want to take a boat.
How could you ignore them, Guzu?
The guard can even take revenge for them.
Just marked by the NPCs.
Yeah.
Guzu.
He's not tagged. Oh, now he's tagged. He just walked in. He just walked into the zone as well.
Guzu! Guzu, you're trolling us. We want PvP.
Like, he wasn't even tagged. He was literally on the edge, like on the border of the zone. And he walked in front of Guzu and he's like, uh-oh, I'm tagged. It's over.
It's too far away.
Man. We need another one.
There's going to be many more like that because, you know, there's a lot of people on the realm he's playing. You know, it's always going to be like a constant train of people going towards when, because a lot of people don't do depth skips.
Yeah.
They take a long track. They don't go to Earth Dome Road, go over the mountain and just jump down. And there they are. They are at the boat.
Guzu. Karma for not killing. Oh, Guzu, another one.
Nope, he's not tagged. He's not tagged.
We swapped off.
He cannot even tag them anyway because it's an aligned zone.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, back to Scholar Monastery.
I mean, at least they have Wind Fury and Blade Flurry now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all these melee clue groups are going to start speeding up now that they have Wind Fury. It just makes killing all these things so much easier.
Yeah. I mean, before Birdie, it's just an uphill struggle, but now that they actually have something to go with.
All right, back to our boy Kenny Marsh, halfway through 45, almost at that 46 mark, which is, I mean, they are just zooming through. Back to Marsh.
They have a rare again, I think.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't see a rare.
No. This is just.
It's just like another clear. Because the thing is, this is a big difference between melee cleave and range cleave. Range cleave, you can have water run around, tag everything, you have to get everything way down. With melee cleave, you have to do these specific sections, one after the other. Like you walk into one big pack, leave it down, go into the other. You cannot just because for one, that's just too much damage because you cannot see seed. So they have to do, sure, they want to do bigger packs. This is the most that they can do. Yeah. You can already see that one of the warriors on the brink of down.
Keep giving away.
That one mob is on the outside, so he doesn't get cleaned out.
About to rock. He is currently.
That spell is ability.
Yeah, they're in the book.
Enough mana.
31. 31, 32,
About to
yeah.
32. Yeah, so they're moving right along.
Yeah. And because they are slower than the spell cleave crew, they don't have to walk out, clear the mobs that are outside, go into library, clear a few mobs, and only to be able to not be halted by the 5 dungeons an hour.
Yeah. What's the highest level player right now? It is Joker D. He is on a mage, and he is open world farming, I guess is the correct word.
Yeah.
He's not questing. He's just basically doing what they're doing in the dungeon by himself out in the open world.
Yeah.
He is 48, almost 49, I believe.
Yeah, he's probably
like
getting
48
close.
and a half or something like that. But yeah, I mean, he is also pumping. That guy's a beast.
He has Titan panels on his stream, so whenever I glanced over it real quick, he was, I think, like 40% through 45.
Yeah.
And it was another hour for him to level
Oh,
up
I
his
can't
Titan
loot
panel.
that yet.
And I went out to, I
15.
think, get a milkshake or something, and I came back, and he was already leveled. It wasn't even an hour past, and he was already up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, yeah, I mean, the method that he is doing is very, very quick. And we were saying earlier, typically it's very inefficient to do that. But since he's so far out, like literally, he has 0 competition.
Yeah, there's no competition, so basically he does 1 or 2 big pulls, one after the other. He never really gets halted because once he clears one pack, the other one has respawned already, and just vice versa. He keeps going back and forth.
Yeah.
Because you have the boat and the docks, and then you have all the bunkers.
Yeah.
And he basically alternates between the 2.
Right.
And maybe he does the pirates just outside as well. He just pulls them in for good measure, because why not, right?
Yeah. See, I think they're about to reset here. Did they clear everything?
Ooh, that's 2 levels higher than me.
Have to do, yeah, 1 more pull, and then probably go down into the crypts as well.
Oh, they haven't done the crypt yet. Yeah, so I guess the thing about the healing group is that they do not do giant
Yeah, because of the legacy stuff. They have no frost, they have no blizzards, nothing of the sorts.
Their naturals can go.
I mean, then again, damage is the best form of CC. So,
I mean, they do a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like killing 20 mobs at a time versus 5 or 6 mobs a little quicker is, but yeah.
they'll get there. Eventually, they'll get there. I mean, Earthbind, but the thing is with Earthbind, you'll still have to move up to the big packs, and then the big packs will just aggro towards you. Right. So, one way or the other, you're gonna get hit, and for you as a melee to do damage, you have to stand close. You stand close, you get
yeah, guys. A lot of people have been like, why don't you stream this guy? He's winning. We can't just restream whoever we want for legal purposes. All these guys that are here, or if they're a part of Method, they've already signed something that gives us permission to use their content. Obviously, we can't just steal whoever's content. But on that note, we're going to skip to a quick break, and we will be back with some more water. Alright, welcome back everyone, and checking out some more Marsh point of view here. And,
Just finished up.
Yeah. So now they will reset probably. You hit all the pulls, and oh, big Tips. Tips is back.
Tips in his crew video is back.
Crew videos, yeah. I didn't know he walked in.
Yeah, he's been there. I was surprised as well when I saw him. Hey, Tips is here.
No, I haven't seen him all day, but yeah. He sort of, him and Trey, were the guys that he was willing for that one first. Due to DCs and just other stuff messing him up, he's just obviously still grinding away, but he's not by any means going for that world first anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. He's taking it easy. That's probably the healthiest thing to do.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys were going to do 50 plus hours if it wasn't for the disconnects and so on.
Yep.
Which, it's not healthy. Don't.
And yeah, definitely drink water, get your sleep.
Yep, stay hydrated, stay well fed. Don't do junk food. Junk food is just. It's
Yeah,
not great.
I just had a lot of junk food before I came on stream, so I don't know if
Hey,
I
you
can-
ate my girlfriend's junk food.
Yeah, she gave me
Yeah, she gave you Taco Bell
yeah.
because she's allergic to beef. Yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy came up and said, hey, you want some Taco Bell? I was like, sure. Yeah.
Okay, sure, I'll eat it. Funny thing is, the entire back row declined it. In what world?
Wait,
was
so
it?
I was like fifth.
I think so,
That
yeah.
wasn't her first option. Oh, man, Chrissy.
Her. Yeah. Like in what world?
I see the priority of the... All right, Chrissy.
In what world does a gamer decline fast food, right? Like the entire bag was like, no, we
man.
don't want it. We're good.
Yeah, I had Taco Bell and a Monster. The
Yeah.
lunch of champions or dinner. Fourth meal. Fourth meal in Taco Bell terms. Taco Bell code word for sex. Yeah, okay.
I don't think that works,
That's
Chief.
a
I don't think
weird-
that works, Chief.
That's a weird code word, but Joker is 49. He just dinged. Yeah, he is zooming.
Yeah.
Zooming.
And again, no competition. And I wonder if he's even going to leave the part he's in and
You
go to
need some?
Mongrody
Yeah,
with
I
all the
don't-
quest. Because he's getting to that threshold where the mobs are stopping or not giving as much XP anymore. Right?
Yeah, I don't know where he would go. I mean, he would
I
have to
think
go to the
Unguro.
Plague Lands. Oh,
Unguro's right next. It's right next
Unguro's-
door.
Farewell.
Unguro's 52 though. 50, is it
I think
40,
it's
49, 50?
51-ish.
Okay, he might, because he's 49, so I guess he could. Mobs might be a little bit of a struggle for him.
It might be a struggle, but then
until
again, he's a
it's
mage.
50, right?
He's
yeah.
a mage. He's like, ah, it's slow.
I feel like he's probably going to stay there till 50, probably one more, because he's still getting XP from.
Yeah, as long as he gets
mobs
XP,
he's
he
in,
will
yeah.
stay there
King's
because it is the
honor,
most
friend.
efficient way,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, so I think he'll probably stay there one more level, and then he'll probably head over to Unguro. and
Light
start
bless
farming,
you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea where he'd farm there.
And I'm wondering where he's going to go after. I'm assuming Western or Eastern Plaguelands, or even Felwood. Quickly do Felwood and then make the curve towards Wintergrass.
Probably, yeah.
Because he can probably like AoE the fur bogs up in Felwood, I'm assuming, and then Wintergrass afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Wintergrass, but Felwood is 54 or 55?
I think it's
the higher.
No, it's lower. I think it's
Lower?
around like a 45 to 48. 44 to the 48s, give or take.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
so
but not Wintergrass, Winter Spring.
Winter Spring. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wintergrass.
I
That's
was like, hold on a second, that's a few expansions down the line, isn't it? Whoops.
I knew what you meant, so I didn't even register.
Yeah,
that
me
you said it wrong.
neither. Me
I was
neither.
like,
That's the thing. I was like,
Winter,
oh, yeah, Twitch it. Help me out. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Twitch chat. See, Twitch chat always, you say the wrong thing, and
When
Twitch
they
chat will
yeah.
immediately correct you.
When the grass, when the spring, tomato, tomato, you know, it's that argument.
Yeah, one's an awful PvP zone, one's
Awful. I liked it back in the day.
Why?
I like backdooring. Immediately on spawn. You could just fly in from the back, stand on top of the door, just jump down, and you'd be done. Great.
Oh, these weird things running so far. Tim is chasing them.
Oh boy. I mean, this crew as well. I think they have. Do they? No, they don't have the Ravager yet. No, they don't. Ravager is 37, and Roll 1 is 36. So once they hit that,
Yeah, they'll start.
Then they're
a lot more
probably,
AoE damage.
Yeah, because right now all they have is Whirlwind and Cleave.
Yeah.
And Thunderclap.
Yeah.
Especially with a triple warrior crew like this,
Yeah.
it's really gonna benefit them.
Yeah. What is this? Is a triple warrior? What? Rogue shaman?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're gonna get 4 Ravages because they're also gonna get one for the Shaman.
Right. It is rogue shaman, right? He doesn't have like.
Yeah, it is a Rogue Shaman.
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised if anything else than a Shaman.
Right. Well, the shaman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a rogue with them.
Yeah, there's a Rogue. There's Rogue 3 Warriors.
Oh yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is probably like the best way you can do it because the Rogue makes up for the earlier parts, like the early. I can't remember when Blade Flurry is a thing.
Oh, it's druid shaman.
Druid. In this group? No, there's no Druid in here. There's no Torment.
I think there was a druid earlier with them.
Maybe, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's a druid shaman right now.
With a Druid instead of Rogue, it doesn't. The difference is over.
Yo, boy, Kenny, farming away ZF.
More zombies.
Yeah. And I feel like he slowed down a little. He's only what 60% in.
I mean, you say slowed down, but he's been in
I mean,
6th gear the entire way through.
Relative to what he was doing, right? I mean, he's still going really fast comparatively, but yeah. So they're what halfway through this ZF run because they still have to go up to the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, the stairs is the last part that they're gonna do. They're not high enough level because the end boss. When you go,
Well,
like, when the gates are open, you can go up. You can go up, and the end boss is I think 51.
Right.
Which is a huge jump from 40, 45, and I think the stairs boss, like the 2 trolls that spawn, are 46 and 47 respectively.
Okay.
But again, it's good to do because the stairs gives the voodoo mask.
Right.
Which is a huge spell power increase. Or no, it's a shadow. Yeah, shadow damage increase.
Yeah. Which doesn't benefit the mages at all.
I mean, they have a warlock. The warlock
right.
is gonna, and again, it's shadow damage. He's mostly using hellfire.
Right.
So again, it's okay. It doesn't hurt to have.
Yeah. But I did notice they picked up some quests for ZF. I don't think they had that before. I mean, this is like the 5th time they've read it. So
Yeah.
they would have easily completed it by now if they had it before.
They haven't really gone for the troll tempest either. I don't think they're really too bothered with it because they know they're gonna get it one way or the other, right?
Right. What is Kenny's Twitch? It is Kenny_Marsh, but he's not streaming live right now.
And I'm surprised that they're not doing the boss that is just up on the stairs over there, because it drops a pretty good caster staff, which increases spell power, from last I remember. So I'm wondering why they're skipping it. Because then again, it is from the chest after you kill the boss, and that chest can either have greens in it, or I think the staff.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, so just logging out and resetting again. And back to tips. The melee cleave group.
Cleaving away. At least they don't have the crescent staffs anymore. All but one person.
Yeah, at least he got an axe now.
Yeah, at least he's actual warrior.
I can't cast that yet.
Yeah, Kungen's already 60.
Kungen's always,
He's already killer act and everything. Honestly, this
That's
is
still
this
recharging.
is a race for the second now.
Yeah.
Kenny, you taking a break? Nice.
While they're like relogging.
Yeah.
Like that's peak efficiency. Like using the, like during the, like during the downtime of the, of the relogging, he's just quickly running off, get the reset, get him back in.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
Yeah. He's taking a little bathroom break right now as they're resetting the dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's missing a few seconds, but a few seconds doesn't matter ultimately.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the make or break difference, you know.
Yeah.
Like if I only did not have taken that one break.
Right. Yeah, guys, if you're wondering, he is not on the streamer American server that everyone's on. Most people here, including Tips,
That's
are very bored,
Yeah.
on NA, and Kenny is EU Fireman.
Yeah.
On Alliance. So, Kenny is a part of Method now. He actually just joined Method. He signed with Method.
Yeah, we heard
like
it the
a
other
day ago.
Yeah, we heard it the other day.
Basically, while he was at this event, right?
Yeah.
But he is not a part of the Method guild that's here, right? Obviously.
He is like Payo and Tips. He is a classic streamer and like S-Friend.
Right.
And NMP.
Yeah.
That's a lot of classic streamers they signed
Yeah,
in the last month.
they signed a bunch of classic streamers, yeah.
All fantastic people in their own rights, obviously.
Right.
Did Payo need his keyboard?
That's still recharging.
Because the last time I've seen that abomination.
Honestly, my keyboard's getting there.
Yeah, my
It's
old
got all the
keyboard.
sweat stains and all the stuff in between.
My old keyboard was there, and I had to replace it. I actually had to replace it.
And I have a cat that likes to walk on the keyboard. So there's all this cat hair in between. Yeah, I really need to get on cleaning it.
I've kind of given up because there's just so much dog I can't. We have a Siberian Husky at home, right? So you vacuum 1 minute, and the next minute it's like 2 dogs just exploded in the house. The fur everywhere.
Wait, what is Jake doing in the look behind Tips? He has his hoodie over his. I know why. So we're having a trouble with the lights back there, and you can sort of see it on Tips.
Wait, that's
how
Mendo.
the lights. Oh, is that Mendo or Jake?
Wait, that's Lauren.
I'm out of range.
That is Lauren, I think.
Oh, you're right. Jake's over to the left.
No, wait, it is Mendo. Okay,
Mendo.
yeah. Mendo was saying that the lights were being very annoying, and he was getting headaches, so this is the only way he's able to deal with it.
Over, So we're having an issue with the lights, and you can sort of see it on Tips. It's really bright. He's doing it to block the light, but it looks like he's like, I don't know, doing some sketch things up there. It's just
he's like no screen. No screen.
It looks like it reminds me of when I was in elementary school and I was playing my Game Boy past my bedtime, and I went under my bed and had the little lamp or the light hooked onto my Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
And just, playing Pokemon or Pokemon Red or whatever it was back then, and
just making sure your parents are just randomly walking. It's like, what were you doing? Like, playing Pokemon for the 15th time.
Do we have a Nintendo point of view? Where's?
I think Mendo is still getting ready. He's trying to adjust to the light situation right now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's AFK right now.
Lauren is going around, doing the chores, etc. Getting her professions and so on. He's trying to get. He's trying to get both his webcam to work along with his lighting situation. He has his webcam underneath his hoodie setup. And someone's wait. Who's
Can we
talking
swap
to
a Mendo point of view?
No, we can't.
It actually
Crystal
looks
just
really
walked away, so we can't. But someone's talking. I think Jake's talking.
Oh,
it's Lauren. I think it's talking. It just looks so.
We're looking at so we have like a screen with all the different 20 people that we have, and we're like looking at Mendo's point of view. It looks really
so scuffed.
like he's literally sitting there like playing like this.
Desperate times. It's desperate times. Call for desperate times.
Oh, did we get the lights?
I think we did get the lights.
We got the lights.
I think they did it.
Okay.
We did it, Reddit. We've done it.
All right. Mendo's normal again.
Mendo's happy. It's like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to wear this again. Because it gets very hot very quickly underneath there.
Yeah, no, it does. Anyways.
Yep. And there comes Crystal running back. I think you fixed it. Well done. Applause for you.
We wanted Mindo's point of view.
Some claps in the chat for Crystal.
Anyways, back to Tips.
Back to Tips.
Tips is
cleaving down.
Tips is doing some the melee cleave down here in the graveyard, and
I mean, at this point, Tips and the squad are just waiting for their 36, 37, right?
Yeah.
Where they get the whirlwind, where they get the ravages, and then that is the final point. I think that's the final power spike. And from there, it's just cruising on. Because the first power spike was Swift Strikes and Wind Fury Token. That's where, you know, like your Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2 comes with Whirlwind, Super Saiyan whatever. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in 15 years.
Yeah.
Comes when you have the revenue.
Yeah. I have a Dragon Ball T-shirt that maybe I should wear it tomorrow. Dragon Ball Z T-shirt, yeah. But
I have not followed Dragon Ball Z in so long. The last time I watched,
let's see. So I mean, Dragon Ball Z ended forever ago, right? And they came out with Dragon Ball GT, which I guess technically wasn't like a part of the actual Dragon Ball series. And they had Dragon Ball Super that came out, and then that took a break like last year or something. And then I think they're supposed to continue after. I don't know. I watched it all. I'm a Dragon Ball Z nerd, but
I have not watched it.
Right.
The last time I've watched Dragon Ball Z somewhat religiously was way back in elementary school, where after dinner I would run up the stairs to my parents' bedroom because that TV was not occupied. My parents didn't want to watch like Dragon Ball Z or cartoons in general on the downstairs television. I had to run up quickly, turn on the TV, and I would sit there on bed and just watch Dragon Ball Z. Those were the good times. I think it was like 8 or 9 at the time.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z. I watched it as a kid, of course, right?
Yeah.
And then I actually, so I watched Dragon Ball GT, and then I watched I had already seen Dragon Ball, but then I watched Dragon Ball GT, and I watched Dragon Ball Super, and I wanted to go back and watch the original Dragon Ball stuff, and I tried to go watch it with the original. I mean, so is Dragon Ball Super and everything, but like.
Wait, why is Seraphina pouting? I don't know this.
Oh, I love it too. I love it. I love it as a kid. It's like one of my favorite animes.
I just haven't watched it in a while.
It's one of my favorite animes, but going back and watching it when you're 28 is like, I don't know, it's just a little corny.
Yeah.
But, the fairy one.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Oh, I thought we were talking about animes. I was like, what fairy anime?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. No, Dragon Ball is still good. I just rewatching some of the earlier episodes and stuff. Just because that was made in the 90s or something, right? I don't even remember. It was a while ago. Yeah. Switch to ZF. Yeah, if we can see some Kenny point of view.
What is Kenny actually up to? They are.
I can't pass
Oh
that.
wait.
What? Are they doing the Noggin Fogger elixir thing? That's further down south.
Wait, are we?
Oh, god damn
This
it.
is,
this is
down in
still
Sonara. This
Tanaris,
is way
yeah.
south. This is way. This is just south.
Yeah. This
West
is
of
like
the
as you're
Silver
going
Rock
to
entrance,
and
yeah.
more.
This is like on the very edge of
Why are they doing this though?
West. Yeah, but
There's
I'm
West
wondering.
there.
I'm wondering what. I guess there's a follow-up quest that comes from this that might be.
Maybe.
Because that would be the only reason that you're doing this. Because otherwise, why would you give up the or they've hit the dungeon cap,
Right.
which is also a possibility.
I
wonder how they.
bet you that's what it is. They
I
hit
wonder.
the dungeon cap.
It's either that or they're trying to unlock a specific quest. For
That
Silver
was
Rock.
the only time Kenny has ever taken a break is when they hit that dungeon cap. He goes to the restroom and does his thing. And so I feel like
40 to 60.
wait, let's see. Who's the 46? There's a 4600 on his server.
That server is very competitive. I see a whole bunch
yeah,
of 45s.
45. Wow. Or was that his guild? That might have just been his guild.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's all progress, right?
Yeah.
They're all private server people who
Yeah.
have been grinding away and, you know, have their own respective guides on how to do it.
Yeah, actually, I mean, just looking at that guild, everyone is like 40 plus. You probably had at least 30 people that were 40 plus on that list.
Yeah, when I was looking over at Fairlina, I saw 5-6 people above level 40.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Yeah, that's crazy. Clearly, they have plenty of people to do rag once they hit that, you know.
Bay was talking about that they have about 80 people doing the grind, and then whoever gets 60 first will be that pool of 40 that is going in, that is being shoved into.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I don't know if there's too many guilds out there that can compete with that.
I need more
I
mana.
don't think they need really.
Yeah.
Like Progress
My
has
mana
been
is low.
training for this, you know.
Right.
This is their moment. It's their time to shine on the Classic and show everyone what they've been up to for the past few years of playing Asterius, Elysium, Dale, etc.
Right.
Lights
right.
Hope.
Yeah, so I think they're just doing giant bug pulls here.
Just getting.
I'm
This
pretty
is
sure
the
it's the
yeah,
dungeon
it is a
cap,
dungeon.
like
Yeah,
you
but
said.
this one is the dungeon cap. Because otherwise, because there's not, they don't have a quest thing on the side that says that they're getting something from this. So yeah, it's just for the dungeon reset.
Yeah.
Did they time it poorly then? Because last time they didn't have problems with it.
They're probably getting
Can you
high enough. They're probably getting high enough to where they're clearing it faster, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean they're starting to. They're what 45. Actually, you do ZF until you're what 48.
I think you do ZF until you basically don't get any more XP. Because you want to bridge that point to where you can go from ZF straight into BRD, if possible.
When is DRD start?
Put it over to 50, yeah. So, yeah, put it over to 50,
50
ZF.
Okay.
And then they probably will, like, maybe do a few quests here and there. I don't know if they can go straight to BRD from ZF. I wouldn't be surprised if they just do it because they clearly have the skill to do so. Bridge that gap of like, okay, well, the mobs are 4 levels above us, but that's still orange XP, and orange XP is the greatest.
Sunken Temple. I feel like Sunken Temple's not very efficient.
It's very far out.
It's
as
very
well.
far away. And there's
Swamp
not
of
really
Sorrows.
clumped up. Yeah, I feel like Sunken Temple's not the play.
Nah. It's also
Because you would only stay there for a couple levels, and then
yeah, because you wanna. The only reason why you go to Sunken Temple is just to bridge that gap between the two dungeons, like the Zul'Farrak and
right.
but now they're going straight to BOD and just slowly working towards their pre-raid base.
How can you find the commentary schedule? It is there's a little icon graphic right below us, right there, and that is alternating between the studio leaderboard, which is actually a little out of date, needs to be updated, but that and the commentary for like the next 6 hours or actually 12 hours. Something like that. It has like 45 thing. Yeah. I guess I wonder how often these bugs reset. If they both everything at the same time. They're probably doing like 2 giant things of it.
They're going from the south side to the north side.
Right.
Back again. But I think they're just waiting for the timer to say, okay, dungeons are now clear to go again.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually. Is there a way to track your dungeon lockouts?
Wait, can we get Kenny into Twitch chat so he can explain what's going on? Because he's laughing every time we say, oh, like, you know, about the dungeons. If there's a timer, so I'm wondering if that's actually the case. If we are on the money there or not. But
I wonder. I don't know if he's listening to us or not.
he looks very confused.
But yeah, I mean, they're doing giant pulls here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting decent XP from it. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, some of these are level 50.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: how it works with.
I wonder if this is just as efficient as.
It isn't,
That
because the
spell
thing
isn't
is,
ready yet.
They're
yellow
getting
mobs.
split XP.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, yellow mobs give 100. Then you have your level +1 mob, which gives I think 105. You have your plus like 2 levels levels above you, which is plus 111. Then the orange, you start to hit the 120s. But to avoid people just mob tagging and then having a group of like 50 coming in to kill a mob like 50 levels above you to get insane XP, they drastically reduce the amount of XP you get from mobs that are 5+ levels above you.
Right.
That's to avoid exploitation of like, oh, we just put 40 people into, I don't know, Western or Eastern Plaguelands, have one dude tag it, and then the rest of the 40 just keep swinging until it dies, like a death of 1,000 paper cuts.
Oh, are they doing quest actually?
Oh yeah, it is a quest.
It is a quest.
It is a
just
quest.
really
I
low
just
drop,
haven't.
or-
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I knew there was something.
It is a quest. Okay.
Okay, there we go. We got it. We figured it out. We've done it.
Big brain casters
We've cracked the
over here.
enigma code.
And check it out. It's 1 per hour. Yeah. I know. Like, obviously, you can have a timer and write down. Okay, at 4:53, we started this one dungeon, and an hour from now it'll reset, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you can track that, but I doubt they're actually writing down exactly when they start or whatever. I don't think there's an in-game thing that says like you have your dungeon lockout and it resets or whatever, aside from physically being able to zone into the new dungeon, right? Like,
Yeah.
But they're not at the dungeon, so they can't just walk in and see when it's good, unless they have someone else.
No, the 6th player has left.
Yeah.
Like the person that was dungeon resetting for them is gone.
They could just do slash timer.
Oh, wait, no, the reason why the 6th person left is because otherwise, because they're in a raid, they cannot do the quest because you cannot complete regular world quests as a raid unless it's stated otherwise in brackets. Next to the quest it says raid. That's why it's like, okay, you've served your purpose for now.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You have one purpose.
Right. So jumping over to Jade.
That's still recharging.
Solo questing is similar to Yuzu. He is well behind Yuzu. And I know Jake is just sort of chilling, and he's definitely not rushing 260, as he is also one of those guys who got hit by the DCs and stuff.
He's in a very speed dense area in Chargeville. There is 5 quests, as you can see. No, there's 4 quests in here. There is the elementals you have to kill, the harpies, you have to plant the Gaia seeds, and I think there is a 4th one after that.
Right.
But it's all kill quests. It's all, I mean, besides the Gaia seeds, where you have to plant them into the ground, which is, you know, it's not a kill quest, but it's still a quest that you can just quickly fix while you're doing all the others, while you're doing while you're just circling around the place.
Why isn't Lauren streaming? Lauren's playing. I don't know if she's streaming. Some of these
they're
guys
both getting ready.
Yeah, so some of these guys aren't streaming. We have their point of view because we're able to steal their point of view from the computer feed since they're in-house here. But they might not be streaming live, right? Because some of these guys just want to chill. Like, they are super tired. They just don't want to interact with chat.
I can't cast that yet.
A lot of the bigger personalities, like Esfon, I don't think Esfon ever sits at his computer and doesn't stream. He just always wants to talk to chat. That's his personality.
Yeah.
I think some of these guys just get tired of having to.
Yeah, and we were talking with Mendo earlier, like while we were trying to figure out the lighting issue. He is trying to set up his stream.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
He is trying to set up his stream because we were talking about like how it would, like how him affecting his OBS settings would like look on stream, if his audio would go into, you know, the method stream, etc., etc. He had a bunch of questions that I couldn't answer because I'm not production, I'm not technical in the slightest. I'm glad I can turn my PC on without exploding.
Right.
So.
Why are you showing level 26? Who cares about that? So show big players like Joker D. We cannot show you Joker D's point of view as much as we would like to. Show you some of these, Joker and some of these other guys. We are prevented by legal reasons. We have to get their consent to be able to show their stream on our stream, or else they could sue us, blah blah blah, like all that stuff. And so all these guys that we're showing you have agreed to allow us to rebroadcast their footage, basically, and have all signed all that stuff, and we're good to go. And so most of these guys, they're either in the race like Kenny, or they're pretty big name streamers. Like Jake's a pretty big streamer here. And so fairly well known, most of these guys.
They come from all sorts of places, you know, like Jake and Bake is an Arugal streamer who I think he lives in China. He like all his streaming is China. I have not watched his content. I'm not an Arugal streamer watcher person.
Streamer watch.
Yeah, I don't watch that particular type of content.
You're not Twitch chat.
Yeah, I'm not Twitch. I don't. Japan. Okay, sorry.
Japan,
See that?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
You used to live in China.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Got it.
Look, see, y'all know who Jake is.
Yeah,
There you
Twitch
go.
knows who Jake is. I have heard of Jake.
Yeah.
I have seen clips of Jake,
Mhm.
but I don't actively watch his content.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still fantastic though.
Your Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
look at-
Twitch chat
We're all
sometimes.
Twitch chat, yeah.
Sometimes we Pog, sometimes we Pega.
Yeah. No, Twitch chat is never for Pega. I don't know what you're talking about. Twitch chat is intelligent,
You
wholesome.
say that.
They're very smart. Very smart individuals.
I would like to live in that reality if that's the case.
I believe everything Twitch chat tells me. They would never lie.
They never lie. They're always providing the facts as they come out. Not a shred of doctored facts. It's just all the whole truth. The truth and nothing but the truth.
Pigs can fly. I knew that. Pigs can fly. Twitch chat told me. It must be true.
It is true. I've seen it. I mean, it's Vegas, right? You can see basically anything.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big flying.
Yeah. Chattopedia. Exactly. Chattopedia. Basically tells you everything you need to know.
Yep.
So yeah, Jake is. I wonder if Jake. So earlier we saw Guzu just walk by everyone, who potentially had. He could gank other people, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if Jake, if put in the same situation, would also do the same thing. You think Jake would be wholesome and just sap them and walk by?
I mean, I think it would be wholesome. Then again, he was trying to duel his own faction.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what he's going to do to the opponent.
He dueled that priest, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Jake would give the people what they want.
Some fight, some bloodshed.
Yeah, some bloodshed. Some
Some
slaying
much-needed
some
bloodshed.
alliance. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I can't loot
We'll have to
that
see if
yet.
He gets to that point.
You'll have to get to the same point, I think, as Guzu to have the
Need
same kind of...
3 more silverleaf
opportunity,
veins at
yeah.
least.
Because those opportunities are, far between. So...
Yeah. Oh, Tips needs to repair his helmet.
I mean, he's still wearing his helmet in game. How can it be
Yeah.
broken if it's on his head?
Yeah, I don't know.
My
That's,
immersion is broken. He has to go into the settings, into interface, and then just like turn off show helm.
Yeah. And when your helmet's broken,
Need
you
help?
do that every time physically.
Yep, you have to do it.
Safe travels.
It's by law.
What is it? Wait, why do we have 6 people in this group? Oh, they're just using him for the reset.
Yeah, they're using him for the
Okay, I
reset.
was like, wait, a hunter? We can't have
Yeah.
a hunter
Like
in here.
you with
Hunters don't do dungeons.
Get out of here. You're doing solo content. You're not welcome in this place.
Be careful.
But yeah, so if you're just joining us, Joker D, he is streaming. Go check him out. He is leading everyone in the world right now. He is level 49. He just hit 49 a little while ago.
Yeah, we have a Google Doc up on our PCs, but it hasn't been updated in 3 hours. I kind of was hoping that I could check before we got onto the couch to see if it had been updated and if what has changed, where M3
Right.
is, where all those guys are, where Last Shrek has ended up right now, because he was also in the running for the longest time.
Right,
There's
right,
also the last time I checked, there was a level 43 Shaman.
Yeah.
which we
So
haven't- who was
there's
dungeon
also
level.
a melee cleave group. So similar group to this. I think it's 3 warrior, shaman, and a rogue, if I'm not
What can
mistaken.
I do for you?
But they are level 45. Right
that
now.
that's probably the same Shaman that me and Nana were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
in
So
the day.
they're level 45. Yeah, I think they're level 45. They're just behind Kenny's group. But they're very, very close.
That's the only like melee cleave group that is like high up there.
Yeah. They're the highest melee cleave group, and
Yeah.
he's the highest shaman in the world. I'm trying to think. Let's see who the top.
The last time it was a warrior level 40 at one point that I checked at the same time that the shaman was level 43.
Right.
So he's probably 43 right now as well. I would assume.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, they have a rare.
Ooh,
They've done it. They've gotten the rare. Oh, and Tips' pants is broken. He has to take them off now too.
Whoa there. Whoa.
He has to take them off. It's the rules.
Whoa, I don't know if I want Tips to take his pants off, but
in game.
in game.
Don't worry. Unless. Speaking of pants, there you go.
Speaking of pants, he got pants.
Spell power pants. Some spell damage pants. Desperately needed by
the game hurt us. The game hurt us. He's like, "Oh, your pants are broken. Let me give you some."
Here you go. This will do for now. I mean, technically, because his entire group is melee, he's the only one that could realistically use it right now because he can still get the stats from it.
Yeah.
It's still something better than literally nothing.
Well, yeah, sure. But I mean, it's not going to be an upgrade for him, right? Because I think those are cloth, if I'm not mistaken.
They're cloth to give spell power and intellect, and
right.
I think a little bit of spirit I saw on there, but it's still better than 0 stamina, 0 strength, 0 anything.
Right.
To quick clear of the tomb and then back out again and do the whole thing over again.
Right.
I wonder if they at one point will just try and do a quick flex and just pull the entire dungeon and show the spell cleave crew that they can do it as well.
Maybe.
Maybe. I hope so. Maybe they'll just do it at one point. Just
I think they're. I mean, they're not. These guys definitely aren't in the race, right? So I think they're just like sort of chilling at this point, just sort of mindlessly pulling everything and just killing it, right?
I mean, Tips' crew is. I mean, they're trying to still go as fast as they can when they're on,
right?
But they're not staying on for 40+ hours. They're not doing that.
Right. Getting some drinks on.
The shaman in particularly needs it because in order to make this completely optimal, the totem has to do this thing called, I think it's called totem twisting or totem weaving. It's similar to where you would like weave with your, as a priest, you would melee the mob and then get a wand in and then melee again. That was a thing you could do in private servers very consistently. Totem twisting, yep, there you go. But to a similar extent, what you do with shaman, after you get Wind Fury Totem, you quickly put down the Wind Fury Totem, let everyone quickly get the buff, the Wind Fury buff,
right?
And then you put down your strength strength totem down again,
right?
So that everyone that gets Wind Fury procs also has the strength on top of it, because the Wind Fury buff doesn't dissipate if you take the Wind Fury Totem away, because they already have the buff.
Right.
That's the only way. That's the most efficient way of doing it. Yes, it's very mana intensive, but your melee will love you.
Yeah.
Your melee will love you. IG Totem. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, strength. Yeah, Earth is strength, but it's the agility one. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't play a shaman.
Yeah.
I don't play a shaman.
No, you're expected to know everything about every class.
Every class, I need to know.
You.
I need to have the big 5-head brain. Sorry, I don't know every single totem in the game.
Yeah. I honestly don't know how you and Nano remember all these random quests and like what they do and.
Yeah. I mean, earlier, I think it was yesterday, where I think it was Missing Gem that was wondering why I don't everything about
I
Thousand
can't
Years.
pass that yet.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is because I've ran it on my warrior. And it was so torturous that it's just ingrained in my mind. Like every torturous step of that zone I had to go through for so many hours in a row. And it's just like, oh, this mob screwed me over. Oh, that mob screwed me. Oh, this quest was a real pain.
Yeah, I just did. So I'm like level 12, like a huge noob, right? And I did the quest in not the Barrens in the orc starting zone with like the venom sack at the top.
Yeah.
You have to like get the venom sack, and you have to like go to Orgrimmar. You have to talk to some dude in the in the middle of Orgrimmar, and you go down, kill some scorpions, you have to go back or whatever. You have like 30 minutes to do it.
45.
45. And I had to go make a phone call halfway through, and I came back, and basically I ran out of time, and I had to go do it again. It was so awful.
Yeah, I made the same mistake earlier. I was doing the exact same quest, but instead of having a phone call, I did all the parts. And then I ran out of Orgrimmar, and in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to go down to Barrens, and on my way there, I'm going to deliver this quest and be on my merry way. I didn't deliver the quest. And then the moment I arrived on Crossroads, I was like, hold on, what is this timer for? Oh, no. And I saw it, I only had 2 minutes left. So I was like, oh, well, there goes my free experience. It's not worth it anymore to go back. I just abandoned the quest. I was like, get this. I don't want to know this anymore. Just delete the item. Just move on.
Back to Marsh. Are they still in Graveyard here?
No, this is
library.
This is library.
Yeah. So they moved on to library now.
Yeah, they want to avoid, similar to the Spellcleave crew, the 5 dungeon lockout.
Yeah. Why? I don't know why people would be crying over add-ons, because they had add-ons in Classic.
Yeah.
Or in Vanilla.
Clad-ons, hello?
Clad-ons.
Clad-ons. Classic add-ons, Clad-ons, there you go.
I mean, obviously they didn't have like, you know, weak auras and details and like all these like modern that have been updated for Classic, right? But there were still add-ons in Vanilla. I don't know.
Yeah, they had more automated add-ons even. You had your decursive, your pally powers that took so much gameplay, unquote, away from you. You know, in raids,
and stuff like that,
etc. Like basically, decursive did all the work for you. Just hover the person that had something on them.
To be fair, weak auras do this work for you too. Technically, you can just program weak auras to do anything you want nowadays. But yeah.
But yeah, that was way back in the day, and they've actually broken decursive and pally power and so on.
Yeah.
To not do what they used to do back in the day, because if I recall, there was some add-on where you could just have your entire rotation macroed because of that one add-on, and you could just go AFK afterwards.
The add-on that showed you your low HP in raid. Wait, what? You don't see HP your party.
That's raid frames, though.
I think that's just, I don't know. I mean, there was like X-Pearl and stuff like that, which I thought X-Pearl looked awful.
I used X-Pearl for the longest time because I think that was like the first add-on that I installed because I was so done with like the classic thing, and I saw all these videos on YouTube, and I think I was 14 years old at the time. I was like, oh, this looks cool, I want this, and I just tried to Google it as best as I could.
That's still recharging.
Section was. I tried to desperately find, and eventually found it. Okay, this will do. And I just used it all the way through from TBC to Draft to I think it was Cataclysm. And eventually I just swapped it out. Yeah. Because I think they stopped supporting it.
12 plus add-ons is not the classic gaming experience. I mean, you mean it's not the vanilla gaming experience, right? Because
those convoluted UIs with like the entire screen is just covered up. I used to play with a UI like that, where my entire UI is just covered in add-ons, and you can't really see any gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the whole add-on thing is like, this is classic, right? This is not vanilla. So if you're one of those people that want to relive exactly how vanilla was, like all the power to you, no add-ons, go in, don't use any quest helpers or any whatever, all the power to you, you can have fun the way you want to have fun. For those people that want add-ons or whatever, this is classic. This isn't vanilla, right? So just let them have their add-ons. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. It's not like they're helping that much.
Exactly.
I mean,
like the guys that we're covering are the guys that want to race to 60 as fast as they possibly can. These add-ons help with that, but you don't need the add-ons to enjoy the game. Everyone can enjoy the game in their own respects. You know, you can go slow, you can go fast. Everyone enjoys the game. You can take months to level, that's okay. You know, it's your experience, it's your journey through all the content.
I mean, that's like saying not reading the quests and using, you know, quick quests and all these things is not playing classic properly. It's like, well, I mean, no one cares. It's
these
like,
guys decide to play it this way.
If you want to speedrun, all the power to you. Like, speedrunning is fun for people, right? They let them speedrun. If you want to take your sweet time and RP and go level every profession and herb your way to freaking 60.
Like people,
You can whatever, dude.
yeah,
like,
people complain about other people using stuff like Joanna's guns or I can't remember what add-on I'm blanking on the name. I saw it. It's basically like Westy and Autopilot. Well, I saw Autopilot, but a little bit more. Where it's Zygor, there you go, thank you. I was like Zygor's guide, where it is basically something like Joanna's guide, and as well as Autopilot in one.
Yeah.
Because as well as Autopilot, I don't know if they've updated it. I don't look at the add-on because I'm not going to use it myself. I don't, because that one only goes up to 45. It's probably already updated by now.
Yeah, I mean they have a bunch of them. I mean Zygor, like you mentioned.
Yeah, Guideline.
Guideline. Azeroth Autopilot. There's a website, and then if you don't want to use any of those, I mean even Wowhead. Like I mean you can go. Wowhead has all this stuff updated for Classic. There's like a little box in the top right.
Day.
Classic, yeah. And they've actually integrated the old ThoughtBot. All the old ThoughtBot comments and everything are actually integrated into the current Wowhead site, the Classic site. So definitely go check all that out.
Yeah, they release Classic guides basically every, I don't know, 3 hours.
Very,
every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Mr. GM's Discord, and he has this little channel where there is content updates for Wowhead.
Right.
And it basically goes off for Classic every 2 hours or so. Just like, oh, here's another guide. Here's another guide for professions. Here's another guide for this and that and so on.
Yeah, and it's even so detailed. If you don't want to use one of these guide things and you get stuck on a quest, literally just Google quest name, Wowhead. It'll pop up. Go look at the comments, and there's probably like 10 to 15 comments about the quest. Tells you coordinates, it tells you how to get there, what to look for, what you're looting, whatever.
Yeah, what the bomb looks like, what the specific thing on the ground looks like, etc. And the comments go back to way back. As you said, like they integrated the ThoughtBot comments from way back when. So that's 2006. I wasn't from the ThoughtBot area myself. Before my time. I've heard of it in passing.
5 or 2008.
Yeah. That was, I think,
yeah.
Because I
ThoughtBot was basically the precursor to Wowhead.
Yeah.
Where do you get Zygor guide? I'm pretty sure you just go to the website, and I think you have to pay for Zygor. I don't think it's free. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Tips' gear is slowly just degrading over time.
I don't know why he's not.
His
I mean,
bracers are now broken, his shoulders are gone, and he's still going.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a warlock, right?
Yeah,
so he wants to stay here for a while before he has to go back.
Yeah, because the closest place you can repair, I think, is to the south, where you have the barrier set up by the undead towards Western Plaguelands. I think that's the only place you can quickly repair. If not, if there's no vendor there, then he has to go all the way back to a Brill to repair. Yeah. Which is a 10-minute walk back and forth.
Brill,
Yeah, Brill, there you go. It's either Brill or that little barrier over there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, some Brill Easy Clap. Yeah, I guess it saves you a few minutes.
Yeah, they've got to do it soon. I mean, he's going to be full reg soon. And not be able to
he has to at one point, right?
Yeah,
you can't keep going like this.
I mean, I guess technically all you need is your weapon, right? If you're not the one getting hit by stuff.
True. I mean,
the other stuff gives you
you're losing
agility
you're losing your
whatever, but
damage a little bit, but it's not, as long as you have your weapon, you're good to go.
Right.
A warrior is only as strong as his weapon.
Yeah. I still don't understand why his helmet's broken and it's still on his head. It should go away.
His shoulder should fall off, his waist should be gone. I'm not going to make a comment about the pants again.
Yeah. So if you're just now joining us, wondering who's the top, here at the studio, Kenny is 45, almost 46. Joker D is the leading in the world. So he is 49 currently. I mean, he's right, because
he's going like
only has 10 more levels, and it's only what, day 3, day 2.5, something like that.
I think what he's gonna do is what we saw Kenny Marsh
Kenny's
do.
back in ZF. Oh, he literally about to ding. Look at this.
Oh, he's so close. Oh, he can
Kill
almost
these
taste
mobs.
it.
He's gonna kill these mobs and he's gonna ding.
He's waiting for it. That's gonna be 47 for him, if I recall, or 46. 46,
I
yeah.
believe.
47, okay.
2, 1,
Hey.
ding!
Happy New
47. Oh, instantly clear casting.
Clear casting. That's gonna help a lot. That's gonna help a lot with his medical.
No, 46.
Yeah.
He's 46. He dinged to 46.
46, yeah.
Chrissy, come on, leading us astray.
Yeah, I said 46
we were
even. I was
right.
like, hold on a second. 47
we were right.
already? No way.
46.
40. Okay, but the beautiful
Chrissy.
thing about clear casting is it's going to help you so much with saving your mana. Because what you do is you start spamming rank 1 Arcane Explosion to the point where you get clear casting, then you walk away, turn around, max range Blizzard. Or max rank Blizzard.
Yeah. Twitch chat, please give Chrissy a hard time.
No, don't. She's been going through enough today. She's as tired as we are. She's been holding on. She's been a trooper. Basically,
yeah, no, Chrissy's awesome.
start,
She's
yeah.
doing a good job over there.
She's doing a fantastic job. Because
So-
she's doing all the POVs for us, right? So she's constantly swapping between the most relevant content out there.
Yeah. So
And
she's working and Mimi at Twitch at the same time.
Yeah,
so,
at the same time.
Yeah, very talented.
How dare she? Why doesn't she just get back to? I mean, I can make those jokes. She's my girlfriend, so it's fine. Like, she can handle it. She's used to my shenanigans by now. See, there you go. I'm on the couch now. I'm done. I'm sleeping on the couch. It's over. This is what I get.
Yeah, so are we, let's see, we haven't done the stairs yet, so we got a little more down here in this
This is the very
ZF run.
start.
Yeah,
so they're gonna go to the right. They're gonna go loop
Oh yeah,
around.
they haven't even done the scarabs in it.
Yeah, they're not done the scarabs yet.
Yeah, so.
They're not even gonna do the scarab boss because it doesn't even have a loot table.
Right.
It's literally just troll sweat.
Yeah.
That's everything.
So looking at their quests, they still have
Troll tempers to do, which is in this dungeon.
Right, which is the scarab area. I'm pretty sure from killing the scarabs there.
I think so. But because
or
they
at least
all,
the mobs from that area.
Yeah, but because they all need 20, it's very difficult to get, you know, that is 100 of troll tempers that they need amongst them.
Right. I mean, they've already done what, four to five runs probably.
Yeah, you would have to ninja
And
every single mob just to
yeah.
be able to get yours done in one single run.
Right.
But yeah, what they do here is they quickly finish up the aggro mobs and the passive mobs. The way they do it is they have one person loop around the left side, the other one goes to the right side. They all clash together at one point. Kill them, bim, bam, boom, they move on.
Right.
They ignore the boss. Because you will see them having to move all around the tomb in the middle just to avoid aggroing the boss.
Yeah. So looking at that Warlock Hellfire, man, very risky right there. If he pulls aggro, he's a dead boy.
I think he has Sacrifice still available to him. Like, he can
sure,
just
sure,
quickly get a Void Walker out, Sacrifice it,
Right.
have a shield. Or just have the Void Walker tank.
Yeah. I mean, they have a warrior tank, right? So I guess it shouldn't be an issue with that.
Yeah, they do have a warrior, so he can always get taunted
Yeah,
off and be good to go.
he's not doing the 4 mage group like now and them are doing.
Yeah. He is 5-spec mostly, yeah, but you can still use the Sacrifice of the Void Walk. I think that's an ability you can do.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it way earlier in the runs as well.
Yeah.
Where he just takes his demon or his Void Walker out. Void Walker says hello, and before he can even say the age, he's gone.
Oh, getting the scarabs, Big scarab pull. Here we go.
Yep, 1-1. It aggroes the other, yeah, Arcane.
Yeah, so
Explosion.
they just split the, everyone gets their own little quadrant to aggro.
Yep.
And just bring
And they
all
group it up.
the bug boys
Double Frost Nova. And
Blizzard.
And they're gone. And they move on.
Man, I really wish that Kenny still had numbers on his screen. He had numbers earlier and turned them off.
Which numbers?
the damage numbers.
Damage,
so you could
they're
you just see
still
all
on
the.
this. Oh, like the actual DPS of his crew.
Yeah. Like he just had the floating numbers. You can just see all the numbers. Yeah.
I wonder why he turned off his, like, I think it's Recon he was using.
He turned off a couple of add-ons. Not sure why.
Maybe Twitch was bugging him about it. Similar thing with Aswan earlier on. He had to turn off his
Uh-huh.
Luna frames because Twitch would not stop
For the
asking about
Alliance.
it every single time.
Yeah.
He had to make a comment about it as well, like, I turned off Luna because
Hey there.
you guys wouldn't stop bothering me.
Right.
So maybe he did the same thing. Like, hey, how do you have a damage thing going, like, every 5 minutes, you know?
Right.
See, there you go. That's that one man that is
Be careful.
exclamation mark Luna.
Yeah.
I respect it though. I respect also. I respect the joke.
Update leaderboard. The leaderboard is up to date.
325, yeah, it is updated as of 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's the best you're gonna get.
Hello.
We cannot do it every 5 minutes.
This is the leaderboard just for the studio. It is not
Yes.
for everyone in the world. The best in the world is Joker D at the moment.
But as I was saying earlier, what he's probably going to be doing is what Kenny's group did while they were trying to avoid working through the dungeon reset timer. Like at the edge of Ngoro, is because he's way high level. He's 49. The mobs that were 51 and so on. He's going to group them up and then AoE down the scarabs.
Yep.
Yes, they don't give any gold, but at that point you don't really need gold because you already have your mount.
Right.
Gold is irrelevant to you. You only need it to buy your AoE spells.
Yep.
Your Arcane Explosion, your Fuzz Nova, your Cone of Cold, your Flame Strike even maybe.
See you
still. I
later.
don't think they use it anymore. And your Blizzard.
Yep. So looking at Lauren's point of view, doing some SFK here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't seen this
Staff
in a
Gang.
while,
It's
yeah.
back at it.
Yeah, Staff Gang.
Staff Gang.
Yeah, so these guys are a little lower. I believe they're, what, 20s?
They're in the they're
early 20, like
they're
20,
23.
right?
I think she's 23. 22, okay.
22, yeah.
It was one or the other because the mob was level 19 and was green.
Right,
so
right,
it was,
Yeah, this is Lauren, Mindo, and those guys, and they've obviously been super casual.
Yeah.
They
It's
are by
actually
no
Lauren's
means,
birthday today.
Oh,
Fun
is
fact,
it?
It is.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Yeah, they were singing happy birthday earlier to her.
Nice.
Turned 22.
Twitch chat, go wish her happy birthday.
Yep.
I'm not sure if she's streaming right now.
If she's
but
streaming, definitely drop by and
Well, I
say
got
happy
plenty of
birthday.
food now.
That's why they weren't in the studio today. And only just arrived because they
They
were
were hanging
celebrating.
out?
Yep, they were celebrating her birthday. There are a few things more important than classic, and that's one of them.
That's false. Nothing's more important than classic. No, a lot more things are.
That's a lot more, yeah.
important than a classic. But
Staying alive, I would say, is more important than classic.
Yeah.
That Tarn walk looks so awkward. When they're slow to the point where they're not like slowly running,
I don't know.
but it's like as quick.
Like I know
like
they
speed walking.
I know they like they walk or whatever at the same pace as like a gnome or whatever, but you just feel so much faster as a gnome. Just
Yeah.
because the animations are like you're
Yeah, you also
actually
feel like you
running.
jump higher as a gnome
Yeah.
as well. I always believe that gnomes jumped higher than everyone else, but they don't. It's just
Yeah.
visuals. They must have some insane leg strength then to catapult them as high as a Tauren can jump. And a tiny little body just catapult themselves up
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they have springs underneath their heels.
Oh, I'm tired. It's almost my bedtime.
Yeah, it's almost bedtime. I mean, we've both been here since 11. It's basically since noon.
Yeah.
We've been in the studio trying to get into the game.
Yeah, doing another big pulley here from Kenny Marsh.
Getting the zombies once again.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him in the next break why they don't do the optional boss on the side here. Do they just not want the stack? Like a possibility of the
It's
stack?
probably just not efficient, honestly.
Or just not efficient, probably. But then again, it does give spell power, so it could be, you know, it could help with a little bit of the extra damage later on.
I mean, looking at their we just saw at the start of this dungeon, Kenny literally just hit 46, right?
Yeah.
And he's already a bar in, which is insane.
Almost, yeah,
XP.
1.5 bar.
And then after they kill this, So
You
probably
just see it jump into,
about
like the full bar. Yeah.
probably about 2 bars a dungeon, right? If he's already,
Yep, there he goes. Like he's
Yeah.
just killing the pack. That's
Yeah,
a
look
bar.
at
That's
that.
a full bar right
That
there.
is insane XP.
Yep.
They're just going super quick.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, as they kill this mob, we're gonna take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We will be back with more zombie ZF killing action. So stay tuned.
Raised in Kings Canyon by her father, Natalie Paquette's first love has
Well met. Be careful.
I hate those ads. They're really loud.
Well met.
Oh, we just go for the one with the highest sell rate.
Go with honor, friend.
Is there nothing else here now that I've actually handed in that quest? Quite likely not.
that's still recharging. That spell isn't cutting it.
I only really need to be level 10 before I walk into Westfall. Don't need to be anything really super high.
I can't place that.
Oh, that's not good.
I need more mana.
Cheers, buddy.
Alright everybody, welcome back to Method's Race to World First event, Classic Edition. And I am Bruce, and joined here by Zavalash here. And tuning into some Kenny Marsh
Grinding
CF action. Yeah.
He's got the beacon.
Nice. Getting some greens.
The
Yeah.
beacon for the chicken. I wonder if he's going to do it at one point. Just for the jokes.
I hope not.
I mean, they can do it. They have no competition. There's no alliance here.
I mean, they can do it.
They
It's,
could.
it's just an
no
awful
board game, but
quest to do.
It is an awful quest to do. It's terrible XP.
I don't think there's no way they would do it.
It's not efficient XP to do. It gives us a huge burst of XP.
Yeah. When is Preach casting? In an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, he's up next for casting.
Yeah.
Him and Super T's, they got the early 5 a.m. shift here.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll be here soon. TM.
What exactly is the goal? Being 60, clearing a raid, all of the above. So it's threefold really. The first immediate goal is hitting 60. So a couple of these guys are racing for that goal for 60. But the ultimate goal is killing rag and killing people. So basically, the three phases are hitting 60, right? Once you hit 60, you're doing like the rep, getting gear and stuff, and you're waiting for others to catch up. You want 35 to 40 people to hit 60, or to hit 55 or
Above.
55 or above, right?
Yeah.
Then they're going to go in, clear rag, up to rag, clear MC, kill rag and stuff, and then after that they're going to kill timeline, hopefully all of that should be done by Monday.
We do believe by Monday, yeah. That's
yeah,
still the timeline. It's still realistic.
We're thinking Monday, which is very realistic at this point, looking at the how quickly they're leveling and stuff like that. But yeah, that is the goal of this event, right? So
the big five-head brain himself, Trey, earlier said that we can expect the first 60s around Thursday night to early Friday mornings.
Yeah.
Which is still blisteringly quick.
Yeah. Oh, look, some Mindo point of view. I haven't seen him in a
Yeah,
while.
but other than the past 2 days, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, he hasn't
I
really been
can't
streaming
trust
too much,
that.
actually.
I mean, he's been plagued by a few issues. And today,
That spell
his
isn't running.
birthday,
Right.
they head out, they don't do classes. So I think just take the
SFK action.
Yep. Fun fact, the
That's still recharging.
the 14 or 12 slot bag.
Yeah. Very
I
lucky if you get it.
I always want to do it for a group when I'm in there, but they're like, no, they hit too hard. I don't want to do it. They hit way too hard. Just skip them. And I'm like, but we need bags. Come on.
Right.
10 slot. There we go.
10 slot.
It was
yeah.
a 10 slot. Okay. 10, 12, 14.
All the same,
Close
right?
enough, yeah, close
Very
enough.
good bag, especially
It
at
is a
level
very
20.
good bag, and it's a free bag.
Yeah.
It's great because the other bags around that same amount of slots are like 30 silver, which
Right.
is a lot of money
Right.
for vanilla's vanilla's sake.
You got the bag? Wow, congrats. That is an amazing pickup very early in the game.
Yeah, it's legendary tier, honestly.
Yeah. That's huge. It's funny because in retail a bag is like nothing, and in classic it's like you get a bag and it's like holy crap, like this is amazing. Like,
This is great.
This is
I don't
huge.
have to
Like you get
spend-
so excited for a bag. It's just like yeah, bag.
Bag, woo! This money can now go to my mom instead.
10 bag grand in the
Right.
rack.
It's so much better, honestly. Lower drop chance than the bindings.
Yeah. Yeah. The little things in life, right?
Yep, the little things. I got very lucky on my warrior
Yeah.
yesterday. In the starting noob zone, the Valiant Trials, I managed to get a green like 6 slot.
Right.
Like
right.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't have to constantly like delete items
Oh
from my
my
inventory
gosh.
for like the next hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like all these things in classic that you just overlook so many things in retail, right? Because they've just
You
made,
take it for granted.
yeah, I mean, even just runtime, just running from city to city, and classic takes forever. Oh, ding! Congrats, Mendo. Even just runtime in retail, it's like even in Najatar, they made the flight points faster in Najatar, and literally it takes like 20 seconds to get from flight point to flight point.
Yeah.
And in classic obviously it takes like 10 minutes to get from flight point to flight.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like takes forever.
At least you don't have to take every flight point individually anymore. Luckily.
Yeah.
I'm glad they made that quality of life improvement.
Yeah, so swapping over to Kenny, doing some more zombie
I've
pulls.
got deja vu.
Yeah.
I've been in this place before.
I mean, they're going pretty quickly. One run ago he was 2 bars in, and so now he's 4 bars in. So they're getting about 2 bars per run, which is pretty efficient.
Yeah.
And considering a run only takes what 10 to 14 minutes.
Yeah. Quick math tells me that it's very quick.
Yeah.
It is a lot of XP. per
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, and they're zooming.
Yeah, the Warlock is just destroying these packs. Because as
Right.
you saw the Void Walker, and he couldn't even say, why have you summoned me? It's just like the W goes away. Warlock walks on the
Yeah. Right. Does anyone know Preacher Park? I have no idea, but you can ask him that right now.
Yeah,
Gets
he'll
on.
be here. I think he was at the Grand Canyon.
He was not.
His wife.
His wife Emma. Yeah,
Wife took it,
yeah,
yeah.
he took the kid. She took the kids.
She took the kids.
He was very sad. He was chilling over here on the computers, and he's like, "Well, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
My wife and kids are gone, so maybe I have to." He actually very sad. He actually has not logged on to Classic once since he's been here.
I mean, he's been busy. I mean, he has to spend time with his family, right? It's the kid's summer holiday.
I mean, between casting and sleeping, obviously, and then Method actually flew his entire family out
yeah,
here.
which is
Because originally he wasn't going to come because Derry asked him to do this, and he said, "Look, I just did the Germany thing, and I was gone from my family for 2.5 weeks, and then travel. He had another event between Germany and PreachCon and everything. He just like hadn't seen his family in like 3 or 4 weeks, and he's like, there's no way I'm going to do this." And Method was like, "Hey, we'll just fly out your entire family." And he was like, hell yeah, that's a vacation, right?
That's a vacation for
free
the kids.
vacation.
Yep.
And so obviously so he just flew everyone out. And so he's been hanging out with his family and taking his kids to some shows, some Grand Canyon stuff, and
so just chilling by the pool.
yeah. So they've been having a blast.
Yeah.
And yesterday, yesterday in the Discord, he pings us and said, "Hey guys, come over to I think it was like Mandalay Bay or something like
MGM
that."
Grand.
And
I think.
No. It was like
Because,
Bay, I think. He was like, we have a free cabana, like a 10-person cabana or something like that.
Next to the lazy river.
And I was like, what? I was like, how did you get that? That's so random. Because we're staying at MGM, which is a different hotel. And later he tells me, he's like, yeah, some fan on Twitter just said, hey, I'm in Vegas. I'll hook you up with a free cabana.
Yeah.
And just gives him a free cabana, free drinks and everything. And I was like, dang it, why didn't I go?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
I actually had my swimming trunks yesterday. I was ready to go, and then I was like, wait, hold on a second. I've got things to do. I have to look after a few things.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. And I was so disappointed. I was like, wait, I should have gone. Oh well, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can't trust that.
And then today, the guys that went up to do the Vegas thing.
Yeah.
I regret as well not going with them.
Yeah.
Because they hit a thing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I didn't have my queue either. Reset randomly. It was just an unlucky day for me. Very unfortunate day.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Preach is a nice guy. Yeah, Preach is awesome. I mean, he's just one of those guys. It's really hard to not like him. Like he has such a good personality, and he's super easy to get along with. And I feel like casters. I mean, like even us. Like I'm sure some of you probably don't like us, or don't like certain casters or whatever.
yeah, everyone has their own opinion.
And I feel like no one doesn't like Preach. Like everyone likes Preach.
Yeah.
So,
Next round isn't ready yet.
yeah. Let's see. Maldiva questing as a warlock. We haven't really seen the questing warlocks. Yeah. I think he was dungeoning earlier, wasn't he?
He was dungeoning.
And I think his group went to bed or something, and so he's questing
Hey,
it
Gordon
up right
Ramsay.
now.
Oh, his restaurant chain really went down the hill, didn't it? He has time for
Yeah.
classic now.
Yeah.
What happened? Skirch is not profitable anymore. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Gordon Ramsay does have a YouTube channel, so maybe he's making gaming content for his YouTube channel.
Potentially, yeah.
Next big thing.
That's still recharging.
Yeah, he's doing the nesting where request. He's quickly doing the Panthers, and then once he's done with these, he's going to move on probably to the Rockville base camp, get all the quests from there, start doing the troll when he has the quests.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Because this is just good XP. The entire northern part of Strangletonville was just all kill quests.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. He's using Zygor Guide.
Yep, the Zygor Guide.
Yeah. Which we were talking about earlier.
Yep. It just it helps a lot. This is basically what Johanna's Guide wants to be as an add-on.
Right.
Which will be soon TM.
Soon TM.
Johanna got his website back up and running. He's
Oh, he
working
did?
for the backlog.
Nice.
Of like people that have bought his guide.
That's
Yeah, he's running it as a one-man show to do all the accounting and everything. He's very stressed out.
good. Right.
Thanks for the guy for still pulling through, like giving up. Or heading it up to
Yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, this method race to world first event, which honestly I don't know about the name, because it's not really a race to world first. Because the people here, like, yes, a couple of them are racing, but it's more of a celebration, right? Because this is more of a like everyone's super excited, like hype event type thing. Everyone just wants to celebrate and have a good time. And for a lot of these guys, like Sko and Potter and all those guys, they're just here to have a good time. They're just we're in Vegas, we're living it up, we're going to the casino and stuff in between, while we're leveling and stuff, and everyone's here talking and hanging out with people, and like the vibe here. I mean, everyone's sort of sleeping right now, besides a couple of people, but like during the evening and afternoon and stuff, the vibe here is super fun, and everyone's laughing, having a good time.
Great.
And while we are concerned with the race to world first and covering that for you and telling you who's going to kill Rag first, all these things, it's a celebration, I think, is the big thing here. But that said, we're pretty much basically just covering the people here at the studio, We are trying to give you updates on who the leader is for 60, and ideally we're going to be able to show you footage of the world first rag kill. Hopefully we're able to. Hopefully one of our participants are in on that world first rag kill.
Most likely Kenny.
Most likely Kenny. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be Kenny.
Yeah.
In the studio, because everyone is pretty far behind us. Speaking of the devil,
Kenny.
what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, okay.
Hey, why were y'all killing those bugs outside of?
Hold on. Think.
All right, we got Kenny in the house.
Hello. Well, basically, it's a quest you need the follow-up for after. So we just do it now, go to Silk Park, and then when we have some back, we just turn it in. You don't have to do it, like,
Okay.
Makes it less awkward doing quests later.
Ah, been efficient.
It's just not worth doing.
Yeah.
But I gotta get back.
Yeah. Go farm. A good guy, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's awesome. Very nice guy.
Wait, what happened? It was going so well 2 seconds ago.
No. Kenny, not even
Yeah,
dying.
lost his concentration. Oh, experiment. It was an experiment. It was experimenting with, combining the two.
Yeah.
Oh, lag up, experiment. Don't worry, it's fine.
But yeah, Kenny's insane. They're just speeding through.
They're going at an insane pace, and they will just keep grinding until like the early 50s.
Right, yeah. Gotta love the ZF, all those scarabs and zombies.
And their group doesn't even have to be concerned with getting the sword, the epic sword.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think anyone can use it, right?
yeah, nobody can use it. I mean, you can use the individual one-handed sword. They don't do it if you forecast it technically. They don't do it. Like once you combine it, it's like a Thunder Fury Light. It gives you like a preview of what's to come.
This is a library, yeah?
Yep, this is library. Because I see the monks and I'm immediately, I start twitching. It's like, oh no, not these monks. That hit like an absolute truck.
Right.
I don't think they're elites, but they still just destroy your group or destroy your tank. If you don't focus them down first. I think that's why. They're doing a thing of or just up to the boss.
I think they're clearing this and
Graveyard.
I think they're still doing graveyard, but I think
They're 32, so they're going to be doing graveyard and library.
right. Yeah, they're doing both, right? Because they share instant cap.
Yeah.
Or instant lock rather, and so you want to do both before you reset it.
Yeah.
Just so you don't get that instant, the five instant lock.
Yeah, the 5 lock, and then you're stuck just sitting out there twiddling your thumbs, wondering when all went so wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
No one has reached 60 yet. The highest leveler right now is 49. He is
That's still recharging.
open world. He's not questing, but he is farming and
He's doing the start level all by himself.
yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Marsh is, so purely by numbers, he's right. Right? Because he is 46. We just saw him just gain a whole bunch of extra XP from the zombies, which is, I think, the best XP in the dungeon.
Right.
Because the scarabs aren't elites, the stair mobs aren't elites either. At the beginning, there isn't that many mobs that you can all just group up in one go. So once you hit the zombie part, it's it's jackpot.
Right. Ampy will get to Joker soon. Yeah, Ampy is 48, I believe, and he's just behind Joker.
Yep.
But yeah. Ampy is streaming. Both of them stream, yeah. Has Kenny slept? He has slept actually quite a lot.
He slept when he was on level 40.
He slept twice already. So early on, I think he got disconnected when he was like 10 or something like that, and he had like a 5-hour queue. He slept for like 4 or 5 hours in that queue. And then last night, when he hit 40, he took a break and went to sleep for like 8 hours or something like that. And so if you think about how much he slept compared to some of the others, he's actually, I'm pretty sure his group is the most efficient right now.
Yeah, they could have been ahead by far from the others.
Yeah, in terms of rates of gaining levels, right?
Yeah.
And I told Kenny I really wanted to get that add-on of that Guzu and all those other guys have, that like split or something like that. Yeah,
splits.
Yeah, that show you the rate at which you're gaining levels, basically.
It shows the time that it takes for every level.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is very useful for us, because especially if they're in combat, we don't have to sit there and wait in anticipation to see what level they actually are.
Right.
Now, are they going to do the last one? I don't think so. If they have the key, then there's no point in doing the last boss.
Yeah, I don't think
because
so.
he just wastes you a whole bunch of time, and the XP is minute.
Yeah.
Well, Warrior might get an upgrade. I don't know if he has a decent shield. But one of them.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they don't need. It's a melee cleave group. They don't use shields.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty shields.
These are for normal groups.
But yeah, so a couple of you guys are saying that Joker's slowing down, and that's just sort of, so what Joker is doing, the AoE opening world is the same as all the dungeon groups, but it's on a solo scale compared to the 5, right? Basically the exact same method of just grouping a bunch of mobs, killing it for the XP, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're doing the boss. The problem with this boss is he eventually just resets it to the center of his room and starts casting a pyro blast. Actually, no, he doesn't. That's on the modern version, if I recall.
Yeah, that's
on this version, he just gains a massive shield and starts casting pyro blast. Then you have to just line aside it.
Yeah.
No, wait, it's a flame strike, not a pyro.
Yeah.
It's one of the others.
Yeah. But what I was saying about the Joker and all these dungeon groups, eventually they're gonna hit a point where they slow down, because the way you do these, right? You don't always go to dungeon. You only do efficient dungeons, and you do the efficient groups of mobs, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's why.
I mean, it's 37 5 so it's already rough. Yeah, especially if you all get silent along with the call.
Oh wait, someone ran back.
I think he used reincarnation.
Is he? Oh, possibly.
Yeah, he used
actually,
an tank probably, just to keep the tank back up. But again, he is silent, so he can't help his tank. The tank is just watching, begging for just any heal.
Yeah.
Will he get it? He's still alive. He's still going.
Oh, he got a heal off.
He got the heal off.
Maybe
and
they're gonna get it. Maybe they're gonna get it.
Yep. They'll get it. I'm pretty sure they'll get it from this point, right? I mean, Marche also still has evasion. He has vanish. If worst comes to worst, he can vanish and watch his team die.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I was saying something about the AoE cleave and stuff, but I lost my train of thought there. Yeah.
Overhead farming.
Saved.
Are they playing on the same server? Most of these guys were. Most of these guys are on Fairlina Horde, rather.
Yeah.
I think all of them except Kenny.
Kenny
and then
is
Espan is
Alliance
Fairlina Alliance. Yeah.
He's one out of 2 alliances.
Yeah.
Did they get the Houndmaster's whistle just now? So they can have like a little hound helping them out, I think it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I noticed that Tips did repair, though.
The man, the myth, the legend himself, Breach, is in the house.
No, everyone's asleep right now.
Everyone's gone.
Come say hi to Twitch chat.
They've been missing you. They've been asking for you.
They.
Where are we up to? Update me.
We got some almost level 50.
Oh, you got the
in
best
lead,
group though. This
Yeah,
Wind
Tips,
Fury group
yeah,
is
yeah,
shredding, right?
Yeah. Well, they don't have Whirlwind and all that stuff yet. They're they're like 33.
They have the Fury, bro. That's all they need is the Fury.
Yeah, Kimmy's in a ZF right now, killing all the scarabs. Yeah.
I can't wait to. I've held back every story up until I couldn't wait. I was on the stream yesterday just as K9 hit 32 in their group and got Wind Fury. And I was like, that's the end of your cast. I was like, no! I'm waiting for the Wind Fury dream all this
Inventory
time.
is full.
Yeah.
I can't carry anymore.
I'm going to be with you guys in an hour, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
An hour, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you guys in an hour.
Yeah.
With Mr. Super Tease.
Yeah,
I'm
Super
just staying on
Tease.
Tipsy's point of view. Sorry,
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Just gave us a little preach tease, but
Preach tease.
Later, preach.
See, he's such a nice guy.
The preacher himself. Yeah. So on that note, we're gonna go talk to preach a little, but we're gonna take a short break, and we will be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Awesome check.
You need something? Have a good one. Hey there. Safe travels.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you. What are you looking for? Go with honor, friend.
Greetings. Safe travels. King's honor, friend. Farewell.
At the moment, 3 silver technically is an awful lot of money, but resurrection will come in very handy. Especially when I start dungeon running.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend. Light be with you. Light bless you. Ishnu Dal Dieb. May the stars guide you. I buy and trade. Be careful.
Oh, what? The health potions are only stacked to 5? What? That's just irritating.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
Snoo Allah. Good luck, friend.
Elwynn be with you. Looking for something specific? I am listening. Farewell. Open for business.
Interesting.
Light bless you.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
Ah. Oops, I forgot to turn the sound back on for that.
News, excellent, excellent.
Another staff for the staff gang.
All right, guys. On that note, looks like these guys will be resetting, and so we're gonna go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll
God
be back with,
damn it!
some more
Just when I turn it back on too.
First.
Stay hydrated.
How are you? Safe travels. Hello. See you around.
welcome back Twitch chat to Method's Race to Classic World First, and checking out some Kenny Marsh point of view as they're farming ZF here, and he is about 60% into 46, and he's almost at 47, and this is. I hope we see 47 before our cast ends.
I'm pretty sure we will. He just needs a few more bars, and they're about to go for the big boy pool with the zombies, so that's where he's gonna get at least a bar, if not more.
Yeah. So guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update. So it is confirmed Joker D is sharing his account with his brother. However, we were actually refraining from trying to talk about him for a little while. However, it's technically account sharing, but it's not against TOS to share with family members. So take that at your,
take
whatever
it
as you will, whether it's, legit world first or not.
According to the rules, it is allowed.
Yeah, it's not against TOS.
If it's ethical, is a completely different story, but we're not here to talk about ethics. It's the way the rules are, the rules state, it is allowed.
Yeah, he did admit on screen that him and his brother are doing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still very remarkable what he's doing, what they've been doing rather.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the word that we've gotten from the streets. So, well, I say from the streets, but it's from like the guys that know better than we do.
So, I mean, it's still. I mean, he's still 49, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's still fast regardless. And you still, like, both of them have to be on pace. They both need to know the routes in and out.
Clearly, they practiced it, or I don't know if it's just one of them primarily doing it or what, but it's still very remarkable. So I don't want to discredit them at all, because it's very cool what like how fast they're going. But yeah. Anyways, just wanted to mention that real quick. Here at the studio, Kenny Marsh is our leader, and they're running ZF, pew-pewing away. He is almost 47 and just zooming through.
As fast as he can possibly go, because, they'll be fine. They should be fine. Wait, why do they have a rogue now in the group as well? I guess the hunter that they had should be set for them. They just got like a random rogue in.
Yeah, so I think they're about to do the big pull here, right?
No, this is at the start of the dungeons. They'll have to do like a whole loop-de-loop around.
They have to do the beetle,
the beetles.
Yeah.
Actually, or am I being Pepega or?
No, you're right. This is the beginning.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm going off the minimap.
Yeah, they go to the scarab after this, and they go to all the zombies. Yep. And they go up to the stairs. Actually, have they been doing the stairs?
They have been doing stairs, yes.
Okay.
Because the boss does drop a pretty decent mask.
Right.
It gives, on top of giving 24 for the Warlock is great. So he doesn't really do it because he is hellfiring. He's still dotting stuff up, so it does add up.
Zoomed out view is he looks very small. All these mages.
It's all these gnomes.
Yeah. Or gnomes, I'm sorry, not mages.
Yeah, they're the best mage because of the arcane brilliance and 5% extra intellect that they get, which is just
also escape artist is also pretty good too.
Escape artist is great. And fun fact, because gnomes get the, I think it's plus 15 in engineering, when you craft an arcane dragonling or arcanite dragonling or whelpling, whichever it's called, the trinket that summons a dragonling to fight for you.
Right.
If you make it at level 40, it is level 40 when you summon it. But if you do it at level 60 with your max, oh no wait, it goes off of engineering level, sorry. It goes off of engineering level. So if you do it at a certain level, it will be that level. Yeah. Like the yak will always be that level. But if you craft it at 300, engineering, it will be level 60. But if you make it at 315, which only gnomes can, the summon will be level 63, which will do more damage.
Right.
It's the same thing, I think, with the chicken as well. Yep. Level up the spell. That's what I have read on it. I don't know how accurate it really is, but I've got it on good authority that it's.
No, they died. No.
Wait, they wiped?
They wiped, yeah.
Also, the chicken. Because a lot of people are like, well, why did they use a chicken? Well, the chicken is mostly there for the buff it can give. Both the whelpling and the chicken can give their respective buffs. I think the chicken is either a 5% haste buff, which is always nice to have, for I think a minute or so, and then the dragonlings I think also give a buff when they do a shell, like they do an AoE shell.
Right.
But it is a low chance to happen. But a lot of people forget that on top of the damage that they do, they also get, you know, just a nice little buff for the group that they're in, the respective groups.
Right. Yeah, guys, the top people in the world, so this leaderboard is just for who's here in the studio. The top people in the world, Joker D is 49. There's a hunter behind him. Ampy is his name. It's like AHMPY or something. He is 48 and some change. And then there's a bunch of hunters around the between 45 to 46 or 45 to 47 mark. And then there's one melee cleave group that is 47, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's a couple warriors, a shaman,
and I think a rogue in there for good measure.
And a rogue, yeah.
I haven't looked at the shaman's POV because he was streaming for the longest time. I haven't looked at it recently. I tried to earlier, but the website wouldn't load. I don't know why, but
actually they may be 46. I'm not sure if they're 47 yet.
They're probably pretty high up there.
Yeah,
the Google Doc that we have is outdated. I think the person that was updating it went to sleep.
They're very close to Kenny. I know it's that the melee clee group, Kenny's group, and Now's group are all basically like 46-ish.
Oh no.
Oh
they did a boo boo. They did a big boo boo.
No, Maldives don't die.
Go to Ramsey, ate raw lamb.
Too many.
Shouting about the lamb sauce, and he just fell over and died.
Right.
It happens. And then Maldiva, he normally is completely fine with just hellfiring and having the Voidwalker's shield tank all the damage. But he can't tank about, I don't know, 7 turtles, 9 turtles that was. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
That was a lot of turtles.
Like what, 30, 37 or something right now. But 30, is he 30? 35.
Yeah, he's so close to Whirlwind. He needs one more level.
He was going for that world first, but he hit like a lot of DCs. I think he had like a 5-hour queue and stuff like that. And and he just basically realized that there's no way that they're gonna get that, and he just sort of didn't give up. I don't want to say give up because he's obviously still pushing and grinding away. But he basically said that, hey, I'm not gonna like pull 48 hours straight, doing this
it's just
anymore
not worth
because
it anymore.
I'm clearly not gonna get that world first. So I'm still gonna. We're not going for world first.
It's why a lot of the
he just
guys
typed it in there.
there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, he's been getting sleep and chilling and just having a good time with everyone. So
just enjoying it, just enjoying Vegas as far as you can enjoy it, you know, when it's not blisteringly warm outside.
Still definitely trying to get on that rag kill though. So there's still
that's
still
the red drop.
There you go.
That's the training stick. Because you have the gloves, you have the whistle, and then the training stick, which is the lowest drop chance.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the training stick does anymore. Because I haven't seen it drop basically at all. All I see is the whistle and the gloves. Which, I mean, the whistle is the most useful one out of those two.
Right. Yeah. Sounds like a loser. I don't think it's a loser mentality at all. I think it's a smart decision to not burn yourself out. I mean,
yeah, it's not worth it. A lot of these guys are content creators at the end of the day.
I mean, they're still in the top probably 5% of everyone in the world that's at this level. So I mean, there are very few people that are actually 35 plus at this moment.
Hard,
and so
I'll have to tell him he'll have to fix the permissions problem.
World first rad kill.
Yeah. As long as he's in with
or at least the first rad kill on this server, right?
Yeah. So. As long as he's within the same threshold as the 60, like the first 40 60s or first 40 55s, 58s, then he's fine. He will get into Molten Core no problem.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a warrior. Warriors are in high demand. You want your warriors generally to be, you know, of the level 60 variety, because otherwise you'll never get a hit in on a boss, or they'll just be paper as a tank.
Right.
So, but you take what you can get. Right.
Why is the shaman pink? Well, I'm actually.
I'm gonna have to move.
Since paladins are alliance only, shamans are horde only. I think they just sort of said...
This was actually, I think, a vanilla thing.
Was it?
It was a vanilla thing, but both of them had the exact same colors. Shamans didn't have blue until, I think...
Until they made shamans and paladins accessible to both factions,
I think so, yes.
And then they added the blue as like a distinguisher to shamans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to do it, like, in your own UI to adjust it to being blue.
Yeah.
And nowadays... I thought it was a bug initially. I was like, how do I have a paladin in my team? I'm horde. That doesn't make any sense, but I have since learned.
Right.
And now I cannot unsee, and it triggers me every time I see it, because
I
don't have a UI that allows me to adjust it yet. I haven't been able to set that up.
Go kill that captain.
Just a few more runs,
then go back.
Just a few more runs, and you're there. You're gonna be cruising. Just a few more. So I'm just quickly gonna glance over because we have Maldiva and Shimmering Flats. Jake and Bake went AFK. Wait, where did Jake go? Oh no, he's back. He just
wanted to go grab some.
He got a coffee, he got some food. I think he got breakfast right now, so he's good to go again.
Yeah.
Lauren and Mendo are doing SFK again. Marsh is in Undercity. He's going AFK right now.
Right.
What I can tell. The others AFK and or either doing dungeons.
So doing a big zombie pull.
Yep.
Nice.
I don't think we'll see him ding 47. It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not happening, unfortunately. I wish it happened, but you win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, I think the either the next cast or the cast after. I think it's the cast after the next one that we have.
Right.
We'll have that level 50.
Yeah.
I am pretty positive about that, which is pretty hype, you know.
Yeah.
It's only like a few hours away, and we're gonna get our first level 50 in the studio.
Right. Here comes the zombie pull. Maybe. Getting some mana before we start.
Yep.
There we go.
They can't join our
Walker
group.
out.
Got the blizzards coming through.
Or you're just not gonna bother even anymore with the Hellfire.
Yeah.
You might just give up on it. Like just the hands up, you know. It's just nothing but the hands up, just standing
the little hip shaking, you know, just the
little gyrating.
There you go.
Like they're on a roller coaster or something. It's like, wee.
Yeah.
Voivod tried to join in, but he just went hands up and he just vanished. It's like father like son.
Yeah.
The Voivod could try to imitate, but
just running around in circles. Look at this efficiency here.
The tank has aggro on all of them.
Yeah.
I think he used, I think it's Commanding Shout.
Mm-hmm.
That is an AoE taunt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that was
I should know
beautiful.
that.
It's like a bar and a half from all that.
So close. So very, very close.
Yeah.
Blizzard does need to be channeled. That's why they're challenging shout. That's the one. Commanding shout is the HP increase. I was looking for that one. Thank you. And commanding shout, I don't think is even a thing in vanilla. So there you go.
Yeah.
You want to have demo shout, battle shout, commanding shout, or challenging shout. There we go.
Right.
They're not even bothering with looting anymore.
No.
Because it's just a waste of time.
You don't
by
really
this point,
need
right?
any of this stuff. Yeah.
Oh, they're even recent. They're not even doing the stairs anymore. They've given up on the stairs. I guess they were only doing the stairs to get the water, the mask.
Right.
I'm thinking that's really about all they're doing. I wonder if they just realized that the stairs isn't as great of an XP gain as they thought it would be.
Right.
Because all the stair mobs are few, all the small zombies are just zombies, so you don't get the 300 right? If you at least come running up the stairs, you do that.
Yeah, I don't think they do the stairs.
They were doing it earlier on.
Casting.
I think he's trying to cut down the named dogs you have around here. Like you have, I think you have a hippogriff, you have a bear, and you have a tiger that roam around Ashenville, which each individually drop a item that you can deliver into the login or the horde camp in Ashenville. If you complete all 3 of those, it's a huge amount. I think it's like 2,100 XP each for just killing a named mob. Yes, the named mobs are very high level, so it's difficult to kill, especially as a warrior. Personally, I needed to get help from other people. But apparently you were also able to just kite them up to the road and have the guards that were patrolling use them.
Right.
I was always struggling with finding these outrunners because if you out-level them, it's very difficult to see where they are. You could barely not find them. At least I was having struggles with finding them. Yeah, he has to kill, I think, 9 of these. He's not gonna do the Warcraft Scout update. That takes way too long. And the Warcraft supplies, you need to have a engineering gun for that to be completed. Long rope, easy to get. The washing oil is with the set tires. Up just east of the horde camp. The X shipment, I think you get from the goblin. No, you get either the saw blades or the shipment from Red Shit or Booty Bay, and then the other you get from the goblin is like, hey, just give me a gun.
Right.
Give me your gun. So the water elementals very easy. That is just south of Astronaut.
Yeah.
Just
getting this little quest done here.
As a kid, I was struggling figuring out what a gazebo was, because I'm not a native English speaker, as I'm pretty sure it's obvious by now. So I didn't know what a gazebo was. I was a young kid. I had no idea what it meant.
You don't know what a gazebo is.
Goodbye.
I didn't. My English wasn't that great, so I was wondering what the hell was going on. So I was trying to figure out what a gazebo. I didn't have a quest add on. I didn't really use any guides online. I was trying to figure out what was happening. It's the same thing.
It doesn't matter I died, so long as the quest was completed. That's all that matters.
A drink. because he was parched. Now, I don't know what kid learns what parched is. I certainly didn't. I had no idea. I was stuck on that for weeks until I just randomly had like a soda in my bags because I was just walking around just buying random stuff, trying to figure it out, and then you just walk past the guard. He's like, "Oh, you have a drink." I'm like, I guess I do. Here you go, and then you can go through, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
why is he in this area? Everything's great for him. Is he just running through?
It's only the Outrunners that he's going for. The Outrunners are level 23, which is still within range. He just wants to get the quest out of the way.
Okay.
It's the only thing he's here for. I wonder if he's done the Ashenville run yet to the other side, to the other Horde camp.
Oh, here's the Outrunner. Yeah.
The Outrunners are 23, 24-ish.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, the reason why you do the run is because you have a flight path that connects you like to both sides, and that will definitely help you later on when you start to have to. There's the name mob. That's the one he needs. I'm pretty sure it's like 26 or 2800 XP, and then I think it's also when you complete all 3 of those quests, you get another quest, which is another turn, which says, "Oh, you killed all these great."
Oh, I died, which means I needed to recast track herbs.
And you just take his fur or whatever.
Wonderful.
It's very morbid if you think about it, but then you get another quest that says, "Okay."
Keep forgetting that in this version, it does not persist death.
It's definitely worth going out of the way to get all these guys.
Right. All right, guys. That about wraps it up for us too. You will be joined by Preach and
Super
Tease after this.
Preach
so we're gonna take a short break, and you'll be greeted by lovely Preach.
Lovely Preach.
See you later.
Have a good one, guys.
And here come the adverts.
What can I do for you? Have a good one. Hello. See you later.
Welcome back, everybody, to Method's World First Race to 60. My name is Super Tease, and I'm joined on the couch with the ever so handsome Preach.
You.
And it's very important that we clarify this ahead of time because last time I was on the couch with Final Boss TV, we're not actually bald.
Not yet.
We just have large foreheads.
I blame the lighting. Honestly, it's the lighting. I've got such fair hair, you just can't see it. That's the problem with it. And I cut it short. You know, same as you. That's the problem. But I have a large forehead.
We just have large foreheads. We're
But
not,
that's what helps
there's
me
no
do
such thing
simple
as
things.
bald people. Just large forehead people.
It is indeed. Good morning, guys. It is the 5 a.m. crew here in the PokeGo Studios, Las Vegas, where it's still warm outside, but we're feeling good. We're feeling fresh. And as we look now, finally, we've got some wonderful new dungeons with the beast, Kenny Marsh, who's storming level 46. Now, as somebody who is over this side of the world, although you are Canadian,
Over this side of the world.
You're over this side of the world.
I'm technically foreign.
Yeah, you're technically, you know, I'm the outsider this time, being an EU boy. How do you feel about these EU interlopers like you being the only man in the studio who is playing on the EU realms and actually just dominating everybody else in the studio right now, and making North America look second best once again in this PvE war?
I mean, come on, he's playing a mage.
They're all playing mages.
No, they're not. They're not all playing mages.
Pretty much, except for Tips, who I'm looking forward to seeing later. But
Tips, Guzu, Maldiva, those guys trying to keep up. They're not playing mages. You want to win, you got to play a mage.
I'm going to play a warrior. I'm not going to win, though. I'm not even starting for a week. But as the chat well knows, even if we bring the best from the EU, we brought Method EU over here. World #1, world champions. We put them in the North American setting. It all just falls apart. Is it a debuff?
I mean, we can joke about it, but I think it's probably all the technical difficulties prior to entering the competition here. And I remember this room with the Beatles. I think there's also, I'm trying to remember the rare spawn, because he drops some sandals with like best in slot leather boots forever.
Inventory is full.
Unfortunately, this group doesn't actually have any leather wearers, so we're not going to be able to see that item.
I was dying to see this dungeon. Because this dungeon really, I think at this point, at Zul'Farrak, I couldn't get into a group. My first time playing through World of Warcraft, I was on my Dwarf Warrior. I built him based on the Hunter, you know, on the loading screen?
Yeah.
With the big white bushy beard, the whole thing. And I made my Dwarf Warrior and finally got to around this level, and that was a serious grind for me at the time. It took me so long to reach an appropriate level for Zul'Farrak that I was desperate to get into a group. My friends were getting into groups and I wasn't playing with them at the time. My hours just didn't quite line up and I couldn't get in, and then eventually I got to Zul'Farrak and I had to tank. Now, I don't want to brag, but I was the worst tank. The official worst tank. And working through it, I made so many mistakes. I stood on all, I know these guys are intentionally standing on these sand pits to spawn these extra mobs, but I did it accidentally. Of course, not aware of my environment whatsoever, so I was just like stomping around the place looking for what to do. But what's coming up is the stairs.
This is my favorite
It was one of my most pivotal moments in World of Warcraft, was standing at the top of that temple and turning around and seeing all those enemies spawn. And I remember actually being afraid.
Oh, what did we do?
Yeah, this is bad. And then they start charging up the stairs, and I'm sure these guys are going to, which is what ultimately eventually ended up happening. People ran down and started cleaving down and get started with it. But the very first moment is such a nostalgic moment for me, was when that happened, and seeing those guys. And I'm sure you guys who ever play Classic have that same moment. You're like, oh no.
It's from the basilisks that stun you most of your journey to Classic. There's a basilisk. It's a good chance that you get the gaze that stuns you up on the sides. You can see Kenny Marsh's group opening up all of the graves. So if you're ever going through Zul'Farrak, as you were saying, you don't want to accidentally walk on these little mounds of dirt. You want to make sure you're purposely doing it, because they spawn some zombie trolls that aren't going to be too happy about being woken up from their eternal slumber. With 2 mages and a warlock, this is a great area of effect pack for them to grind down for some big XP, although they may have pulled more than they can handle, as their tank is going to have to be avoiding some of the fight. There's crowd control available to these packs as well. We saw the tank getting X for a moment, but now that he has threat on the monsters and Blizzard is down, they are going to be able to clean this up pretty easily. Yeah, there's going to be no problems here for this group. I mean, this is some classic Legion MDI strats we're seeing right here. This is what most of our dungeons look like throughout Legion. Certainly if there was a Blood DK in this group, which you get the idea, is that the Blood DK sprinting around. You guys have witnessed this in many a dungeon in the past few years. But before we come on, I always like to go around the room. Not many people here right now.
we've seen almost like a universal crash here in the studio. There's only about 6 players actively playing right now, which is a good thing, to be honest. We saw lots of people get tired. Finally glad to see S-Fan has gone to bed as well.
Yeah.
I think they basically kicked him out the door. They're like, go to bed.
Well, I mean, S-Fan was saying that he wanted to be the slowest leveler, so it was a bit surprising to see him going so hard into the paint to try and get to level 60.
I think he was just enjoying himself, honestly, because they still weren't going super fast. I think he was smiling throughout. Where his eyes were open, he was still smiling, but when his eyes were closing, it was definitely a bit different. But gauging the room, I went around and spoke to Kenny, and he's fired up. He's feeling so good that he did take that break, that 8 hours, and I don't think you were here when he did it. We were sat in the corner just having our breakfast when he came over. He's like, yeah, I'm ahead now. And he had a twinkle in his eye, even after he'd been up for probably 48 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
He had a twinkle in his eye to say, I could just keep going though, because I'm ahead, and you know, I can win this whole thing globally, not just here in the studio, but I can win this whole thing globally. And we were like, just get out of the room, stop talking to us, go and sleep. And they have done. He's been in, he's had a solid 8 hours, as has his entire group, and has come back, not only maintained his lead, but is now super fresh. Like, he is hype over there.
You need
Kenny
something?
Marsh is in a good position. Now it's Elfrak and Sunken Temple, and then getting some
Have a good one.
pre-raid best in slot from Blackrock Depths pretty shortly after that. So
Plot twist on you, Super T's. They have now decided to skip Sunken Temple.
Oh, they're not going to?
Not to spoiler it for you or anything, but they have
got
decided.
some insider information?
I do have insider information about several of these groups, and they have decided that Sunken Temple is gonna be skipped. They're not going to go, look at this boss getting melted with this Wind Fury group. I was so excited to see the Wind Fury group. They see that whirlwind around his character, and then you just see these mobs melt whenever it happens. This group was hamstrung for its entire progress until they managed to get that Wind Fury totem in this group. And as soon as they did yesterday, they were doing SM Armory. SM Graveyard, actually, I correct myself. The moment K9, the Shaman in this group, hit 32, which is the Wind Fury totem, they just left.
Yep.
They were like, we're not even finishing the dungeon. We are out. Go and get that totem. Go and get it done so they can get back in.
Well, there's so many spells back in Classic that either don't exist now or functioned entirely differently. I think one of my favorites on a warrior is Retaliation. So on the current live game, it's actually called Die by the Sword. You activate it, you parry some attacks. Sure, it's cool, it keeps you alive, but back in Classic, its version of Retaliation. Basically,
minute cooldown. It was so
yeah, but
good.
it was a good time.
We utilized it heavily. We did have a lot of times, if we had, because like I say, I tagged for tips on the beta, we did run Mega Warrior groups just like we're seeing here, although they have swapped in a Rogue now, as one of their warriors has gone to sleep. But we would say, like, do you have Retaliation up? Yeah, okay, you go first. I'm not even going to try and tank this, because you need people to be hitting you in order for Retaliation to work. We would send those boys in big time, get that sweeping strikes going with that Retaliation, and just let them fly. Let them fly and just see that damage meter jump up to like 400 DPS.
It's so great to just watch a rogue in a battleground open up on you.
I don't actually think there is anyone here to actually offload my bags.
Is that the Ravager Axe? I don't think it is. I think the Ravager Axe is red.
It's red.
So what we do want to see now is the next big upgrade for this group is get those Ravager Axes on the Shaman maybe as well.
Oh, yes.
Definitely on the Warriors. And we're going to start seeing some old school Blade Storms going on.
We haven't seen anyone running the Armory in the Scarlet Monastery.
No, they're in library right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Doan. How do you say his name? How do you say his name? I always call him Doan, and I always got made fun of for it.
Doan? I'm not sure. I'm not good at pronouncing. I had this conversation yesterday with Final Boss where it was like Tanaris or Tanaris.
Tanaris.
I'm kind of
confusing me now.
Potato or potato.
You're confusing me now.
Yeah, now you have to pick. You
I know I have to think about it.
factor.
I've never had to think about it in my life, but it's Tanaris. That's what I'm going with.
I think that's what Final Boss went with, and I was going Tanaris.
Tanaris. It's the Canadian.
See you later.
We were actually talking about that. I actually have no Canadian mannerisms because I spent all of my time in a basement playing with Americans, so I have like I've lost all of my Canadianisms in terms of my speech. I need to try and build them back and develop some of them.
I want to see it in all the tournaments you cast. I just want to see you slip one in.
It's looking for Ollie there, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bud.
Oh, that counter spell, eh? I can't do it, but I'm not even going to try to mix it in there. But I think people will appreciate it so much to see that. Yeah, Kenny is currently spamming Zul'Farrak, and their strategy coming out of there is going to be a little different than probably most groups. Their biggest fear still is how is BRD going to be? Like, BRD is kind of on the menu. I can tell you that is that they're like, we're going to do it, but we're not sure it's going to be efficient. Because remember, BRD's level banding is huge.
Yeah. Well, you do like the first half of it, you said first half of it, but you want to go all the way to the back where the giant fire columns or that gauntlet hallway right before you get into Princess, is it Princess or Prince Thorosian?
Prince Thorosian.
Yeah, so that one hallway, I just remember in the gauntlet room where you got the torches.
Yeah, and you know where he drops though, don't you?
The Swift Hand of Justice.
No, it's garbage too.
What?
It's garbage too. What the info is?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, let me explain the info to you, because I got it on my very first kill on my rogue, and was so pleased to get it. So it's an epic drop. It's a perp. Yeah, which is a big deal.
Yes.
This is a big deal. It comes with its own Wind Fury as an affix, so it literally can Wind Fury and Wind Fury off itself with Swift Hand of Justice. And not only that, but when it procs, you can speak Dwarvish. No matter what race you are, right? No matter what you are, you can speak Dwarvish. And actually just, I had a macro and everything for when it procs, so I could say something in Dwarvish. And the amount of people who would spam is like, how are you speaking Dwarvish? And it's like, it's the info. Link 'em this big, I think it's like a level 56 epic, which is a big deal. Of course, certainly for my first kill, I was so happy to get it. I actually saw it drop twice on my rogue. Which I ultimately ended up benching because I didn't like Rogue anyway when it came to Classic WoW. It seemed funny, but I didn't enjoy it.
Well, it's like the grass is greener, right? If you play a class that gets countered and maybe in PvP or an experience in raids, you're like, I need to play that. This always owns me. And then you actually play it and you're like, wait, why am I not just winning? And then you're like, isn't that fun either? So it's always kind of a grass is greener thing when you're considering re-rolling. We got Maldiva, one of the top PvP players for Method.
Tell me more about him, because this is obviously more your side, and I'd never had the opportunity to meet him before this event.
So he's been competing, I want to say, at the highest level probably since Cataclysm. He really kind of peaked in Daria, but Legion had a good run as well. He used to be with Sea-Doo, and they used to be, or with Colo, sorry. I'm mixing up those rosters because Colo was replaced by Sea-Doo, but he made it to BlizzCon multiple times. He's a Warlock. He's played all the specializations of Warlock throughout its history in World of Warcraft, but I'm sure that he's going to be glad to go back to kind of the Affliction roots, because Affliction in Player vs. Player has not been the top level for a few expansions now.
Really?
So
what are they playing? Destruction?
Destruction mostly in Player vs. Player.
Just for those
Demonology,
big fat bursts.
Yeah, the Chaos Bolt is in a good position right now if you're a Warlock online, but moving back, I'm sure Maldiva is going to love to relive the Burning Crusade Affliction days with the Siphon Life. I'm trying to remember the SLSL Warlock in TBC.
Oh god, I thought, yeah, that's when I made my PvP video. That's like my debut into making WoW content.
Yeah.
It was actually a PvP video I made all the way back then. I had to throw in some games of the SLSL Warlocks. But I think in one of the matches, arena matches I showed in that, I ended up killing, I think, 4 Voidwalkers during that game, and it was, I remember, like, on the video, it comes across like in, not skilled by any means, it was definitely, it was not skilled by any means, but it came across, you can get my frustration of being in the actual game. I was angry. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I absolutely hate this so much. But the Warlocks in Classic, I mean, they start doing things like life. I mean, if you ever saw the Total Annihilation video, Rogue Classic WoW PvP video, they saw that the Warlocks would use things like Life-Giving Gem and all those kind of things, and just have so much HP and damage reduction. The Warlocks can get absolutely obscene in Classic, especially when they start lowering your resistance below 0.
Is that in this patch?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, when I saw that, it looked like it doubled your damage when you put Curse of Shadows on a player, because you could get negative resistances.
You could get negative resistances. That's absolutely right. You started multiplying your damage up.
I'm not sure if that's in this patch, because I know that it got patched out pretty soon in Classic, but if it didn't, then obviously you're going to get some pretty big Shadow Bolts at level 60, and I know we're doing a dueling event at the end of this, so whoever can get to 60 and get themselves geared up a bit for that competition, there's going to be some prize money on the line, and I'm pretty much going to guarantee Maldiva's going to want to be one of those competitors. Of course, we saw Snuts take the victory of the first dueling tournament on the beta, and then we saw Sidu and Venruki as well pulling off some wins. I thought that was hilarious because they were kind of known as the Three Amigos when they were competing together as an arena team in the tournament setting, and then all three of them individually won.
Well, the whole ability to specialize your character in so many specific ways that you can do in Classic, and despite the fact, which is weird, right? We've gone back 15 years in terms of game development, progress, how much has been added to the classes and all that, yet Classic had more options for those guys in those PvP tournaments, even when they were like level 40, than we could see in a lot of the modern WoW. I mean, is that right? As somebody who comes from a PvP background, would you agree with that?
I mean, that comes with the ability bloat that Mists of Pandaria had, and then the direction that they decided to take retail with classes to reduce that ability count. Whereas back in Classic, there was already a huge amount of abilities. All the classes had all of the spells available to every specialization. It wasn't so hyper spec focused and spec identity. It was more class identity, where you could mix in and sort of enhance the abilities of a certain specialization, but you didn't have to totally abandon every skill. Like, you have Immolate, overtime effect, even if you're specking down the Affliction tree, which is not the case. You know, live rules, take on the class. I personally think I enjoy it more. I think it's probably a better approach just because there's so many classes in the game. So when you break that down from class into spec, you've almost tripled and sometimes quadrupled with Druid the amount of playable specs that you're going to have so much overlap in terms of fantasy and ability count that it makes more sense to me to have it focused on the class, and then you enhance the abilities themselves and so specialization focused. And I'm wondering if Classic succeeds, which I think it is, but I don't really have specifics. I'm wondering what the team is going to do. Are they going to try and take what were some of the best elements from Classic and then apply them to the situation, or are they going to continue with the direction that they've got right now? Classic is a huge moment for everybody that wanted to relive it nostalgia-wise, for the generations that didn't get to experience it firsthand, but I'm wondering how it impacts the live round.
It depends on whether you're going to be a pessimist or an optimist on this, I think. So from the optimistic point of view, they're going to say, you know what, realistically, because we've always had this kind of argument over years, where a lot of the solutions we've seen in games have been based on what seems to be what the developers perceive as a problem. Like, you don't want legacy, so we're going to phase you more, you know, so you have a much smoother game experience. Getting to mobs like 100% or you not being able to take mobs is frustrating and annoying, so it's going to make it antagonistic. And then what maybe this is showing, and again, this is my optimistic point of view, is that people don't mind that and actually adds to the flavor of the game, it adds to the fun in the game, and people really enjoy it. Again, depending on how well Classic does. And then saying maybe we do need to kind of bring that back, and certainly in terms of class development, we've had all sorts of stuff. We've had rental armor, which has been a thing now for kind of the last couple of expansions. You know, we've had the artifact weapons in Legion, the Azurite armor, which is coming here, the Essence system on top of that to try and patch holes in Classic, really, to try and make them work. Whether or not they'll look at that optimistically and say, you know what, let's return to a much stronger foundation of a character, and then we add on top of that some sprinkles, right?
We also need a little bit of time.
Rush, full front. No, steamroll.
3 months from now, it's still going to be fun having the mods tagged like this, or I'm just wondering, I almost wonder if it would be interesting to do some sort of like community polling. I know they re-released their original game. They had a lot of community involvement. Do you want this change applied? And the community would vote on certain things. I feel like that would be I'm not sure if that would be one that they would take, but I thought that was an interesting way of potential problems, features being added to the game. For example, I know they were saying if Classic succeeds, they want to do the Burning Crusade, right, and Wrath of the Lich King, but are they just going to re-release those versions of the game, or are they going to try and apply any changes? I would imagine they want to try and keep the experience as close as possible to the original release of those games back in their time. Another thing to take into account is, are they going to, what's the word for this? Have like a transition server where if you want to keep playing Classic, you can keep playing Classic, and then open up another version of the game where you can then quest through TBC, or are they going to have it just transition your character like it did originally? That's what I would really want to know.
I'm not going to lie, TBC would be my jam.
Yes.
Like, TBC would absolutely be my jam, I'm not going to lie. But we're treading a dangerous road, and this is something I considered is, are we at the point now where we kind of recycle World of Warcraft for the next 40 years? Where we get to like another 15 years down the line, then we'll start it again, or do we go seasonal, or where do we go with it, or what's going to happen? And again, that's up to Blizzard to see where they're going to be, because that worries me a little bit. Is like we'll be here in another 15 years saying, Classic 2 launch, everybody get hype, and casting something along those lines. But I would definitely enjoy a TBC server, but for me, the way I look at it is something to drop in and drop out of alongside Live WoW. Yeah, that's how I want to look at it.
Well, I want to be able to log into both versions of the game at the same time. I mean, wouldn't it be great? You're sitting in the...
I'm going to call it a night. Just, I feel tired. It's been a really, really heavy day for me at work, so I'm going to head back to Stormwind now. And
I'd love to be able to log into both the live game and Classic at the same time, just because there's a lot of long flight passes, there's a lot of downtime moments where you're waiting for groups, and then you can just be playing both at the same time, min-maxing the time. I hope that's something that they look into, if it's possible to have it added at some point, because I feel like it would be a great asset.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, greetings. It's a kind of, I think that most people see that right now as a temporary solution to a temporary problem, which is the queue times, which have got significantly better over the last couple of days. We're still seeing massive queues. I know every time I check my phone and the groups that I'll be playing with, when I finally get back to the UK, can log in myself. They're saying there's still, you know, thousands.
I'm probably just going to sell these.
And more and more people are spending their time a little wiser now. You know, they're not these massive long marathon sessions are becoming a little bit thinned out. I mean, we can look around in here and actually see that most, you know, the guys are starting to take breaks. There's like 8-hour gaps and more regular at this point.
I think the other thing too is people are starting to fall so far behind that it's like, well, I can't really win now, so I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
It's not worth risking the potential health problems to come in last. So some players are definitely going to be taking it a little bit more easy moving at this point. I'm sure that there were a lot of problems that weren't anticipated or expected for a lot of people looking to compete. I think if we were to have Classic re-release again, that if you wanted to be the world first 60, you wouldn't play on the major populated realm. You'd probably be playing on you'd be keeping it a secret, going to one of the lower pop realms, and then working with a group so you could have avoided all of those login queues and server problems that initially occurred.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to ask after this is done. I'm certainly not going to go to the guys now and ask, and you know, to the Kit Likes and Kenny and all those, and say, if you had to do this again, would you have done it differently? Would you have gone a different way? I actually don't think they would have. I think they're still going to be pretty confident in the way they approached this and went with it, especially because you got to play with friends more, which is a big part of the game.
Is that a player? Is this some world PvP currently between Jake and Big? I thought this was a monster.
I believe that is a monster.
It is a monster? I'm getting tricked by the bear form.
Oh, that is terrible.
Your Sangos is...
Yeah, he dropped loot and he got skinned. Aww. Yeah.
Imagine you could skin a druid player. How BM would that be?
I remember when Treeform came in at the Burning Crusade, and people were definitely like, "Are they got a debuff to axes? Are they more vulnerable to fire?" You know, things like that. That would have been like fitting of the RP at the time. Would be to have the tree druids running around with 5% more critical strike damage taken from axes, things like that. That would have
fire damage, 10% more damage.
Yeah, 10% more fire damage, you know, for being in tree form and all those kind of things. I think that would have been a really nice touch. As somebody who even plays a druid, like, I would have been okay with it. I would have liked to have seen warriors charging me and switching to axes because they were fighting a tree and all those kind of things. I think that would have been super fun to have, but Blizzard decided that would be a bad idea. As more of the guys are playing solo, we're looking at Jacob Bake right now, who is doing that rogue route. While this is kind of what happens, is a lot of the groups, you know, one of your members is like, I gotta go to bed. And you gotta look after yourself. He's like, I'm done. You know,
speaking of that, that's what I should do. So I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you all in the next one.
I'm good.
If you liked the video, please feel free to give it a like. Likes help YouTube algorithm find similar content for your recommendations. Also, if you'd like, feel free to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications. This will help notify you when I release new content. Like always, I'll see you in the next one.